Hello everyone, welcome to Aldrithe. Had to adjust my webcam. And now that we've fixed the mic, it is so great to see you guys. I've noticed a couple new people in chat. It is so great to see everybody. Welcome if you're new. It means the world that you guys are here as usual, and we are so happy to see you. As a note, we are trying some new tech today. I have a stream deck, and I'm going to be trying to use that for transitions and things like that, so, ideally that should make things run faster, but it might also throw me off. So bear in mind if, just kind of bear with me if things are a little bit wacky. And as a note, at break, stream is going to go down for a few minutes because I am going to be resetting my router at break, just to make sure that we don't have the internet problems that we've had the last couple sessions. So, just as a note, that is planned. I will say this again when we cut to break. But yeah, that is planned. No worries. We will be back in just a matter of minutes. Thank you for bearing with us with our trademark Aldrithe technical difficulties.
It wouldn't be Aldrithe if we didn't have a little bit of technical difficulties.
It wouldn't be.
It wouldn't be Underground D&D.
We all met on a Penumbra podcast fan Discord. It would be ridiculous if we weren't all Juno Steel Kitties.
Yeah. So,
yeah. Well.
Also, I'm going to be making right for the first half of the session, so pardon me just like walking around my kitchen.
Let's not do a blanket statement for everybody as a Juno Steel, but...
Oh, Jared, welcome in.
Also, yes,
don't worry, we haven't gotten in yet.
Yeah, we're still in the introduction stage for the day, so you are totally good. You haven't missed any content. Is there anything else that we want to talk about before we get started today? Oh, as mentioned last week, I said that I was going to be posting resources about helping support Indigenous people in the US, and I did. If you'd like to go look at that non-exhaustive, of course, list on Twitter, there's a lot of really good groups and organizations to support, and I definitely recommend at least giving a look through it. It is the least we can do. So yes, those are pinned on our Twitter. But anything else we want to go over?
I just really like Floyd's hair.
I also really like Floyd's
hair.
I
too like Floyd's hair. Can we get a bit of a commotion for the hair?
There's a little heart. Look at it.
Howdy!
Now get a commotion for the side of the hair.
Meet my coworker.
Nice. Hello. Yes, there's a few people in chat today that are like new friends, and I am very excited. Hello, guys. We usually do a little bit of hangout time before session starts, so we're just kind of chatting right now. Thank you guys for coming in. But yes, Floyd has a new hair color. I'm stoked about it. I'm very jealous. I might have to dye my hair that color. That is really fun.
It is
I will say I currently have, like,
what's the name of it?
Dark Star.
Dark Star is
Dark
the name
Star.
of this, and then this
That's
is Vampire Red.
Nice.
My little friend Jack did it for me. He's sitting at a frame, but he did it for me.
Thank
He's
you, Jack.
amazing.
I have super bleached, almost white, but in this light it just kind of looks like a sad blonde, you can't tell, hair, and I am debating whether or not to dye it a color, so as per usual when I'm picking colors for things, chat, feel free to bother me about it.
Yeah. But help how to do commands that give campaign info to people. There are two different commands for that. If it's an NPC, that is !who is, and if it's a PC, it's !PC, but just like Silvi dropped in chat, you can do !commands at any time to find the list of all of the commands that are associated with our stream.
Also, if you click that link, a funky fresh thing that happens is you see all of them as well as what they spawn, so you can just like read them if you want. It's like a little list.
Yes,
also,
I am reminded that I promised to put in a who's who for the Pantheon a while ago and still have not done that. I will eventually!
We'll get there. I will say, if you want a little more in-depth info on some PCs and some, actually, all the PCs and some characters, you can check out our official wiki.
It's kind of hard to
I'll
find,
drop
so if you want a
that.
link, we can drop links for that in chat, because it's kind of hard to find. Since
I already have it pulled up. I
Nice!
got you
Alright, on top
here.
of things. Yeah, we haven't plugged the wiki in a while, so it's good that we can do
Yeah, I always try to
I should
remind
add a
people that the
command
wiki
for that.
exists
We
because
should.
I've put a good bit of effort into a couple of the NPCs and the PC pages on there.
Yeah. So it is a work in progress. If you want to help contribute, you are absolutely welcome to do so. So far there's a page for every PC except for Armani. I am looking directly at
there is an Armani page.
There is an Armani page now?
There is an Armani page, and the entire stat block is filled out. I don't know if there's anything else in there, but the stat block is filled out because I memorized everybody's character
on the Armani page. But everybody else has a pretty filled out one, and for those people that are familiar with the stream, if you want to contribute to it, start adding new pages, you are absolutely welcome to. We would love to hear from you guys. Or just go comment on the
any page that
pages.
isn't a player character, I believe you are able to add to. And I believe people can make new pages?
Yes, they can.
Can they?
Yes, they can.
Great. Then there you go. If you guys want to make a page for Harold the chicken, who may or may not be a sentient being now, you can do that.
Oh no.
So I live for the audience participation here. So if you guys want to make a page for Harold the sentient chicken, that is something totally within your power.
Well,
I have brought Harold
now
on
I
the
have
screen.
a feeling that has been spoken.
Now that I've hung up Chekhov's gun.
Yeah. With that, is there anything else that we want to go over before we get started, or are we ready to play some Dungeons and Dragons, Wyverns and Basements, Diners, Drive-ins, and Dives?
I'm ready to do all of those.
I am ready.
I think it's time.
Let's do it.
I am ready. That was the one button I pressed.
Then let's get into it. So, last we left off, the group was still navigating the aftermath of some interesting interactions with a, group of researchers or cult, depending on who you ask, to the conduits located in the mountains outside of Moongate. After some of the party split off to figure out what was going on with that group and get the orb that Paranoia was originally contained in back, they did not get it back and returned to the group with some interesting new information and explanations for that unexpected way of turning out. However, after that interaction, where they learned about a lot of new things, they had to turn their focus towards what their next step was. And after turning in their spoils and loot to the wizardly husbands that they had been working for, they decided to actually forge a bit of a friendship with Giles and Aberlockwood, and spent a good amount of time working with the two of them, and starting to get a useful alliance out of them, as they make plans to find a way to hop the border of Kerkin and get Lazari and Zyanma out of the country. Yes?
Would we say our bond with the people we are working for is forged in perhaps some fire?
Fuck you.
So as the group makes their way forward, as the group turns their eyes forward towards what their next option is, what they need to get done in Moongate before making their way out of the city, whether that is over the border into Illusia or trying to sidestep it completely with the teleportation circle, they have a lot to think about. And that is where we pick up, with the group settling down for the evening somewhat, with a lot of their thoughts to go over, and a lot of plans to make. Is there anything that anyone would like to do in the evening before we go to bed?
I'm probably just reading my book that I got from Giles, because I'm nerd about chronology.
I had to talk to Armani, like, one-on-one at some point after they showed up.
To Ivory.
Okay.
You left without telling us! I'm about to pick with you!
Okay, so, Andy, I have noted the my name. Thank you. I feel like there might be some kind of copyright there. I don't really know how, but I feel like there might be. So it might be a play on Doug Markida.
Just spell his name.
Mug Darkida.
Mug Darkida. We'll see. Regardless, I have marked it down. But if Ivory and Armani would like to have a conversation, you guys share a room.
Yeah, I know Ivory was shopping. I don't know how long you decided to stay talking to... Yeah, you good?
Yeah, my text speech was like my not text speech, push talk was
Push
now
talk.
it's fine. It's all good.
Okay, cool.
Sorry.
You're good. I don't know how long you guys spent there after catching up with them, but
not long. I would say probably like maybe an hour at most, and they kind of like left with Io, and then got back to their room.
Okay. I think Ivory's just kind of like chilling in the room.
Is it like one of those moments where you come home, you sneak in the middle of the night, and then your dad flips the light on and he's sitting on the chair?
Yeah, it's one of those. Yeah.
Excellent. Then I guess Armani walks into the room and sees you, and they close the door behind them. And I think before they've been walking kind of lightly, and they see you, and they kind of shrink in a little on themselves. And they go, Ivory, I'm really sorry. I know I told you through Io, through this message thing they cast. I don't know what they cast. Was it message? I think it was message. Probably. But that's not enough. And I'm sorry, I should have told you, but I thought that if I did tell you, then you would try to stop me, or that you'd try to come along. I don't think Judice wanted to see you, and I just wasn't thinking clearly, so I'm sorry.
I understand, but also I wouldn't have stopped you. You had us really worried. Or me, at least. Did it end up answering any of the questions y'all had? I know that you got some information that you just talked about, but was it worth it?
I mean, was it worth it to go back? Yes. Was it worth it to make you worry? No, it wasn't. We didn't get the orb back as much as I wanted to. Yeah.
You not trust me?
Of course I do. I trust you. I do. I do trust you. I think I trust you too much. And I think I knew that if I told you what I was doing, you would try to sway me another way, or that you would try to change my mind, and I would go with it because, yes, I do trust you. And you could change my mind on things like that.
That's fair, I guess. I guess I'm sorry, too, then. You know you can say no if... Yes, we all have very strong opinions about what we are all doing for this fucked up situation we are all in, but you also can make your own decisions. Outside of us, outside of Dark, outside of whatever your family wanted. I don't fucking know. Right?
I mean, right, like, I know, but I didn't want I don't know, when the orb was being bargained for, I guess, it just... I wasn't thinking about what I wanted. I was thinking about just getting it resolved and getting us all to get along again, I guess. And I think in my head, the only way to do that was to go back in for Judice. And I just did that as soon as the opportunity presented itself, and I didn't think about anything else.
Makes sense. I guess I'm not really one to talk about going off without telling people, but maybe a letter next time, or just like a little note.
Yeah, I should have left a note.
Hey, I'll be back. Yeah. I'm okay. Bye.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Ivory, who's been sitting on the bed, just kind of gets up, and they put Harold down. Has Harold been letting me perhaps like hold him like on my lap, maybe? Yeah, I let him go. Yeah. Ivory's just gonna stand up and kind of like walk over. I don't know where you're standing anymore.
Sorry.
I think I'm just like, against the door still. I haven't really moved.
Yeah, they're just gonna walk over to you and just kind of bonk their head down onto your shoulder for a second, and just glad you're all right.
Other hand comes up and they kind of scratch behind Ivory's ears for a second. And they just kind of nod and they say, I'm sorry. Again, still.
Me too. I think that's good.
Yeah. Yay, gay rights.
Gay rights, baby. God, gay rights. And with that, I assume you guys are just kind of settling down for the night.
Yeah. I think after that we just go to bed.
Okay.
Like maybe we talk a bit more. We don't need to like
separate beds, to be clear.
Yeah, in separate beds.
Like a 50s couple.
Oh my god, one of the ghosts broke. Oh my god, Armani kicked the bed too hard. What do we do?
There was only
Oh no,
Harold
needs an entire
bed for
and
threw it out a window.
Listen. Arm and Ivory WandaVision AU? I'm just saying.
That is something that Floyd
we will talk about
this
after the stream. We will talk about this after the stream.
But regardless, gay rights, you two then settle down for the rest of the night. Io is reading. Is there anything that Judice is going to be up to in particular before the evening winds down?
I don't think in particular. He said what he needed to with Io, and he knows that Armani and Ivory are busy doing whatever. I think he's just kind of reconciling with himself right now, because he's still trying to forgive himself for everything. Did he want to murder just an entire group of people in cold blood? No. Did he also not want to? Did he want to give them what potentially might release another god weapon that will one day be unleashed upon the world to hold the gods accountable, which may result in the deaths of millions? He also did not want to do that. But, life happens. And I think he's just trying to forgive himself for that. So he is in his room, oddly enough, without his armor.
Judice titty rights?
Awful good.
Judice titty rights?
He's wearing a shirt.
Take off the shirt. Take off the shorts.
Damn.
He doesn't wear shorts. Taken. He wears capris.
Oh God.
He's taken, but he has two hands. And I will hold one of them
capris.
so
They're not
very
supposed
gently.
to be capris.
He has two
They're
hands
slacks
with 10
that
fingers.
got
He can
too
hold
small
one of his
for him.
fingers.
Jesus.
Like this.
Goodness me.
So, Io and Judice on the opposite sides of the room, trying to pretend that the other is not there.
Oh wait, I was there.
You guys share a room.
No, we were both. But
I forget about this.
You share a room. You do not have a room to yourself.
I thought it was him alone. Oh, never.
No.
Okay, then that's awkward as hell.
Yeah,
never mind.
I was in this room.
Christ. No, I was literally just like 3 feet to your left reading a book about dragons.
Oh, okay. I forgot that Judice shared a room with people. It's been a while.
He's not alone.
I think at some point
roommates, we don't have that much cash.
I think he does bathe because he is partially covered in dragon guts, and he never really washed that off. But I think Judice looks over at Io, expecting Io to be reading a different book, namely the one that gaslights him daily, and realizes that he's reading something, that's just a normal book. Doing some post-dragon research reading.
And at first, he just does not hear you. He is so focused on this book, but just... Oh, huh?
Sorry, quick thing. I see my mic going like that.
You're not popping.
I'm not popping? Okay,
I will note that Spearwaddle D just redeemed a Stop You violated the law that says Judice isn't allowed to have a shirt on, so... Judice is now
give you too much power.
Is now not wearing his shirt. It's hot in the room.
It's winter!
It's hot in the room!
It's hot.
It is winter!
I tried to use second thaumaturgy or something to heat the room up because I was cold, and then I ended up making it 1,000,000,000 degrees.
There's a fireplace in the room that went way
That is a fire hazard.
And it's fantasy times.
Never mind. Judice is just talking, and then suddenly his shirt disappears. Great.
Yes. It's divine intervention from Elnet.
Bam.
Elnet says free the pecs.
Dark wants to see your tits, so he comes over and just yanks it off of your body.
Goodness.
So Io was saying, I didn't hear what Io said.
Effectively just, oh, huh?
The book, it's not your usual one.
I made friends with the wizards. The ones who hired us for the dragon or something, and one of them is a time wizard.
Oh.
Talked about chronergy for all the days that you guys were gone, and I learned a lot about dragons and chronergy. It's cool. Now I have books.
I was never much of a reader, but if you find anything good, let me know.
I mean, do you want to hear about it?
Feel free to share. I have one book, and it's a history book, and it's more just for flower pressing at this point.
Vari, my darling, how unbelievably fucking academic is this book?
Pretty. It's not overwhelming, like super frustrating because Aber doesn't have fucking time for that.
I have an intelligence of 9. This is just my special interest.
Yeah, this is just your special interest. And also Aber just doesn't have time for that shit. So it's not full of too much jargon and impossible to read, but it's definitely got layers. This is not a beginner's level book because you discussed all the beginner's level stuff and then Aber was continue your education, my child.
I just kind of starts reading out loud, talking about, is the book about chronergy or dragons or...
It's the dragon book.
I genuinely don't remember, so dragon book if you would like it to be.
I'm gonna go for dragon because that's what I said earlier.
Yep.
But I'm just talking to you about, what was the name of you know a lot about dragons, Ewan. What was the fire gland?
Oh, Draconis Fundamentata, or Draconis Fundamentum, or something like that.
One of those two.
Fundamentata, I believe, sounds right.
Fundamentata sounds correct. I am just reading you stuff about the fire gland, and it probably takes you a second to realize that that's what it's about, is the thing that makes dragons spit fire. But I don't really alter anything. I'm just reading directly out of the textbook. Eventually I kind of just go, my throat hurts, but you get
You get the deal.
Judice is just sitting there smiling because it is nice to hear Io talk about something that isn't necessarily in relation to the party or like, you know, whatever the hell we're going through, just interests. Which is Judice slowly realizing he doesn't really have those. But
we both
that
got
realization aside,
goods, bestie. It's okay.
Yeah, Judice's interests are how hard he can hit something, and how hard he can pray.
And dancing.
And he wants to get better at that, but he hasn't had a chance or a partner. But
so after a sort of a long pause, kind of just look up and go, you know how to do swords, right?
I'd like to think that I do.
Cool. I think I'm the only one who doesn't know how to do swords.
Ivory also doesn't know how to do swords.
Okay. Cool.
Just going off of general everything.
Okay. Cool.
I got claws.
If I'm like bored, would you maybe like teach me swords sometime?
Sure. You wouldn't be the first person.
No, I know, because you taught Lazary, right? Yeah.
No, I could absolutely.
How
about this? Judice stands up and goes around the bed and pulls up his place where he keeps all of his gear whenever he's not wearing it. And he pulls out his short sword, still in the scabbard, but hands it handle first to Io.
Oh,
and
shit.
Not right now, but keep it for me. And every time I realize it's gone, I can... Well, every time I remember that it's gone, I can ask if you want to do some drilling, if we're ever not on the run, or on the move anyways. We have a few days of spare time.
You trust me with this?
It's not like you could do any more damage with that than you could do with your bare hands. Trust me, I have things to remind me of that.
You're not. Shit, sorry about it. I just kind of like sympathetically rub my own shoulder. For any new viewers, Io almost killed Judice in one shot once while possessed. Anyway, thanks. I'm gonna go to bed.
Sounds good. Actually, I don't know if we discussed this with the party, but I know you're one who likes to get to the bottom of things.
Mm-hmm.
Would you be interested in seeing if everyone wants to find out what's in that strange alleyway again tomorrow? We have 2 to 3 days before the our compatriots get the teleportation circle set up, so we have some time to burn.
Yeah, sure. I'll see if I have time.
Or if we want to do a break from, you know, finding insight into potentially world-ending beings, there's always shopping for, or figuring out gifts for Frostmourne, since that's coming around the corner.
Yeah. Cool.
I have a feeling that both of us aren't the most experienced in getting Frostmourne gifts.
Mhairi, how familiar would I even really be?
You have never celebrated Frostmourne in your life.
I don't think so. Is it regional, or did I just never really?
Is regional. This is something that's really... Frostmourne is mainly celebrated on Terias. There's one holiday at a similar time that is more universal, and I am checking my calendar document really quick, but I believe it's called the Festival of the Morning Star. Let me check. The North Star Festival, that's what it is. Which is at the very end of Aphron, and it's kind of like a New Year's. but Frostmourne is pretty regional.
Cool. Yeah, I just kind of shrugs and go, I've never celebrated it.
Oh, me neither. Remember, we're both out of towners, and also, I don't think either of us were really in situations to get those. But
I don't think so, no. Mhairi, can I just say that, like, the cult is mostly communists?
Yeah.
Material wealth and the lady...
Oh, okay. I was like, what does that mean about holidays?
Gifts... I think probably I was more in the business of, like, vaguely saying happy whatever holiday it is and then going to do what I was going to do for the rest of the day anyway.
Yeah, fair.
But yeah.
Different situation, but Judice also didn't get to celebrate holidays.
Yeah. And so eventually I do sort of write in my notebook because as much as I'd like to help, I've also been directly told to stay out of the way of conduit shit, and I don't want to tread on any toes. So I do sort of write in my notebook, I'm like, is this something I can look into, or should I steer them away?
Wait.
That was to the book.
That was to you.
Oh, sorry, I did not catch that. I'm so sorry.
You're good. Because I've been directly told by a lot of people to not look into conduit shit, but I kind of don't know which conduit shit I'm allowed to and not allowed to stick my foot in. Specifically in relation to the folks in the alleyway.
So you're just asking for, like, clarification on...
They're asking, is it okay for us to poke into this, or should I steer my party in a different direction?
Should I go check on it? Can I learn about this? Is this, like, legal knowledge, or should I keep the knowledge out of their hands? Like, what's my job here?
It seems like your friends have already learned more than I would have liked anyway. Do what you must.
I just kind of shrug.
If you don't have to pick tonight, we can figure it out another day in the week.
Okay. Hydrate or dihydrate?
Hydrate 2.0.
Oh!
You still have voice spot on. Hydrate 2.0.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is that a spray bottle of orange juice?
Stop it with the spray bottle!
It's Monster. I bought it for the session.
If it helps, that also scared the shit out of me. Okay,
Sorry, let me get my glass of water. I was blue screening at the Monster.
Asa was keeping from you all.
Yeah.
That is... Sorry, again, for me, that's a spray bottle full of Monster?
Mm-hmm. It's a liquid.
It is a liquid.
Where's water?
You know what else is a liquid?
Pee.
That color?
Yeah, actually. So many things that are not digestible, nor good, nor hydrating.
How did we get here?
Okay, I also have water, but I wanted to be a bastard.
I got my tankard.
No, that would be mean, Andy.
Goodness. That threw me off so bad, but yeah, there is your response from the Lady of Thorns.
No!
So?
I think after that, we both respectively turn in. I, for one, am terrified because I got a feeling I might get a dream tonight. And going by the smile on your face, something tells me that is true.
I don't know.
You scare me. I love you, but you scare me.
I love you too. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So is there anything else we want to do before we head to bed? Sorry, I'm the DM with the worst poker face in the world.
You're usually better about it.
I'm usually better about it, but sometimes I just laugh maniacally and I can't hide it. So, as you all drift off to sleep, Judice, my dear, you have a choice to make. as we did the last time that we had a big dream, because we are a good bit of the way into this campaign, and a lot of things are not secrets anymore, you do have the choice to either make me server mute everybody or let the others
I'll let the others in, because you know what? I think it's fun to share with everybody and the audience.
Okay. So, Judice, you eventually drift off to sleep, with the heavy weight of the journey ahead on your shoulders honestly a little bit lifted by that conversation. You're feeling a little bit better, even though there's still a lot on the horizon ahead. However, once you reach unconsciousness, a new yet familiar weight on your shoulders returns again. And I will say, as a note, I'm not leaving my mysterious DM voice because I don't want to ruin it, but as I have been trying to get better about this, despite the fact that it is live play, trigger warnings for descriptions of a house burning and things that come with that. So, just as it has many times before, you breathe in and smoke sears your throat. You aren't lucky enough to avoid the smell of smoke around you this time. No blueberry muffins, no blessed escape, as you hear a piece of the ceiling crumble to your left. You automatically let out a high-pitched shriek and dart to your right to avoid it, stumbling towards the door. Your heart slams into your ribcage, and your veins race full of panic and grief. And just like last time, there's something haunting the edges of the memory. That distorted, high-pitched noise that grates against your mind in a way that makes tears well up in your eyes, even if you don't know exactly why. In dreams like this, you usually find yourself just outside of your body, living through the moment but unable to control how your memory plays out. But just for a moment, as you turn to sprint your way out the door and into the stormy night outside, it feels like your consciousness almost clicks into place, and you stop, for the first time breaking the loop of the memory. You're in control. Do you make the choice to run?
What's the layout of my house?
The interesting thing is, you are in this position of consciousness, of awareness, but you don't remember. And it's hard for you to focus on your surroundings. If you look around, you can make a perception check.
I would like to make a perception check. Does my shields bonus carry over into the dream world?
No.
Fuck. Worth a try. That's actually not bad at all. That's an 18 plus 1.
18. You are on the ground floor of what appears to be a 2-story building, and you are in a central hallway. There are 2 doors in the hallway, and there is a set of stairs upstairs. It is hazy here, it is very hard to see, and the house is actively collapsing.
Do I know where my parents' room was?
No.
Can I call out for them?
You do so. You can...
I stay low to the ground so I don't pull in too much smoke when I scream, but...
You can barely hear yourself over the crumbling around you. And that strange high-pitched noise, it's bothering you, it's nagging at you, it's something, there is a part of your chest that aches because of it, but you don't know why, and it's overwhelming, and you can't tell, and you yell, and you scream, and it's your young voice again. You're not hearing your grown voice. You are 6 years old again. and there's only so much noise that your little lungs can make. You don't get a response.
I think I am aware enough that this is something that I can change. That I think Judice can muster up a little more bravery than he could back then. And I think he's going to get low to the ground. He's going to get just as big of a gulp of air as he can, and he's going to try to run up the stairs.
Run up the stairs, okay. You take a deep breath. Your lungs already burn, and it spreads throughout your chest as you take in the breath, but it's the least you can do. You find yourself automatically clawing for... It's a sleep shirt. This is a sleep shirt that you're wearing to try and cover part of your face. As you dart up the stairs. And as you do, you can tell how the ground smolders beneath your feet. And you start to make your way up. You feel a piece of the wood stair begin to give out from underneath you. I need you to make a dexterity check. You do not get to add your current dexterity modifier to it. This is going to be a straight roll. You are 6.
I got great news. Judice was never that dexterous to begin with.
Yeah.
He's got a 13, I think. That's not bad. 13.
13. That is barely enough to make it. As you pick up your speed just as fast as you can, just at the last minute as it gives out underneath you, the wood bowing and then crumbling into ash. And you continue to just scamper up the top of the stairs. Make a perception check for me.
15 plus 1. Do I get to add my wisdom?
You can add your current wisdom.
Okay.
You're using the physical stats of your 6-year-old self, but the mental stats of your current self.
Oh, great. So there goes my 19 strength.
Yeah, I got bad news. But what was that total?
15 plus 1, 16.
16. You make your way up the stairs, nearly fall. You know how kids kind of crawl their way up the stairs? You find yourself
on
kind
4
of...
legs.
Yeah,
I also do that.
Automatically kind of falling into it and just scramble back up to a standing position. The smoke is so much worse up here. You cannot... You can barely make out anything other than just the glowing of embers in the dark. There is a window at the end of the hallway. You're in another hallway. There is a window at the end of the hallway. There might be a few doors. You can notice... It's hard to tell in the darkness, but the walls are uneven. They're not just flat. They're uneven. You're not quite sure why. And you kind of stumble forward, and a few things happen at once. You look to the side to see what is on the other side of the hallway, and you are immediately blinded by what seems to be a different dream. That strange, overwhelmingly bright light that seems to take away every aspect of your vision. The crumbling of the house around you is replaced by the sound of metal dragging against stone. You can hear arguing or singing or something, 2 voices strained and emotional, and you don't know what's happening, and then you look to the side again and you're back in the house. A piece of the wall falls down beside you and slams into the floor. And as you move, automatically stumbling back from that, you step in something. You're not wearing shoes. And you feel a liquid.
Can I look down at what I stepped in?
It's hard to tell in the shadow, but it is a murky, sticky, dark liquid. You know what it is. It doesn't make sense, though.
Is there any where I can tell it's coming from? Is there like a trail? Is there something directly next to me that's the source of it? Or
it looks like you try to focus in. Maybe there might be a trail. There's nothing right next to you. There's nothing that close, just right next to you. You reach out and you just feel the railing of the stairway. There isn't anything as you feel your way around in the smoke. There might be a trail.
Can I feel my way with my feet, just looking for whatever wet I can find?
Make a perception check or an investigation check.
Do I keep my proficiency in investigation?
Investigation is intelligence based, so yes.
It's a +4. Oh, thank God. Barely a 13. That was a 9.
So wait, what was that total?
13. 9 + 4.
1 second. Got a little bit of better music in. It was how much?
13. 9 + 4.
9 + 4. You kind of put one hand out on the wall to try and keep yourself in place, and then try and feel for this path on the ground. It's hard to tell, especially since the bottoms of your feet are already covered in it. And there's a part of you that is just... You have this feeling that's setting in that something is wrong. Not in the way that, the house is burning down, but in the way that this isn't the way that this was supposed to go. You were supposed to run. You need to be running. This isn't what happened. You need to be running. And it's starting to distract you as it crawls up the back of your neck, and you can't tell what things that you're finding on the ground are a path and what is just the blood on the bottom of your foot.
And I can't make out any doors.
You can see places. It is incredibly smoky and hard to tell. You can see that there are places in the walls where it seems like they jut out slightly, and places in the walls where they seem to jut in slightly, but with how heavy the smoke is, it's hard to tell if that's a door or not without being closer. And it's starting to get overwhelming, this feeling on the back of your neck, and it combining with that high-pitched noise, which is louder, it's grating in your ears, and it's just bouncing around the center of your skull. You don't understand. It's getting harder and harder to concentrate on anything.
I think what he's going to do is just kind of holding the sides of his head, trying to get that splitting, grating noise out. He just yells, and I think casts Thaumaturgy, which is a race ability, and I can cause any unlocked door to open. And I'm going to look for movement in the smoke of all the doors opening around me. Also, if the window is unlocked, open that up, and hopefully some smoke might get out.
Yeah. You find yourself curling in on yourself in frustration, in pain, and fear, and unleash this wave of energy. And not only does it open the window, it smashes it. The window breaks as it opens, as two sides of it just slam outwards. And you see 3 doors open in the hallways, and you hear a voice. Just barely. It seems almost cut off. Masculine, maybe? Like an expression of shock. And then maybe you were wrong. Maybe you didn't hear that. That's not something you ever heard. That's not right. That's not right. You're supposed to be running. You're supposed to be running. Can you make a wisdom saving throw for me?
I have proficiency in wisdom saving throws. I'm a paladin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck. Ah! It was a natural 20, and then it flipped to an 8. Plus 4, 12.
12? Okay. Good to know.
It was right here, and then it thunk. That would have been so good. God.
Yeah. I will keep that as good to know. There are 3 open doors, uneven walls, and a puddle of blood. And it's starting to get overwhelming. You're starting to feel nauseous. Not just from the smoke, but just from the wrongness of what's happening.
Can I discern where I thought that voice might have came from of the 3 rooms?
No. You're now not convinced that you ever heard it.
I think I know that I don't have a lot of time, and I'm going to run to whichever door is open and closest.
Okay. Pick a number, 1 or 2.
I'm going to use my D2. That's a 2.
A 2. Okay. So, you reach for the door. You just straight try to open it?
It's already open, isn't it?
I mean, it's open, yeah. You walk up to it, you opened it. You remember opening it. You walk up to it, it's closed.
I'm grabbing the knob and turning it and opening it.
You grab
I don't
knob.
care if it hurts. I have fire resistance.
It hurts. And for a minute, that's almost enough to discourage you. It's almost enough, just that slip up of pain, to force you to turn and run again. But you barely succeeded on that wisdom saving throw. And you manage to push the pain out of your head, turn the doorknob, and push the door open. It is still heavily smoked in here. You have moved away slightly from the high-pitched noise. That has become slightly quieter. But otherwise, the room is dark. If you want to see what's in it through all the smoke, I need another perception check.
I can do that. That's a lot of checks, man.
Yeah, this is hard to get through.
Natural 20, there we go.
Okay. The first thing you notice is
I got that made up.
The extra light in the room coming from a window on the other side of the room, where a little bit of moonlight streams in around the smoke and ashes. It's getting hot up here. You can tell the fire is definitely getting closer. It occurs to you, you don't know where the fire started, but it's getting closer. Much closer. And you can tell by how it's slowly getting brighter outside that window that you're running out of time. But with a natural 20, you manage to force a lot of this shit out of your mind, a lot of the buzzing, a lot of the static, and you can see the room. Maybe. It seems distorted. It's hard to get detail. Every time you look at something, it seems to shift. Every time you look at something, it might disappear. Is that a book? Or is it a paintbrush? Is that an easel? No, that is an easel. This is a study. There's paintings in this room. There's a fire in the corner of the room that seems to be slowly taking over these art supplies. Piles of rolled up paper beginning to catch and act as tinder. But it's the opposite corner of the room, and you can see it lighting up paintings. There are 4 paintings that you can look at if you want to approach any of them and try to get around and try to tell what was happening. Or you can leave and try for another room.
How big are the paintings?
They
like,
vary
is it
in
something
size.
I can't just, like, grab one? I'm a 6-year-old.
You can try to grab one.
If I don't, like, try to spend time examining them, can I just grab the smallest one and run?
You can try.
What check would that be?
A wisdom saving throw.
I'm gonna grab the smallest painting I can and then run out of the room because I can tell that this is not a safe place to be.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
+4, don't fail me now. That is a 12 +4, 16.
16? You reach up, and the first time you try to grab it, it's like your hand just moves to the left. And that wasn't a painting. That wasn't a painting. That's never been a painting. That was a lectern. It had a book on it. But when you pull your hand back, it's a painting again, and you reach out and you grab it, and you yank it off of its easel. You running? Where are you running?
The other room. There were 2 doors.
Yeah, there are 2 other doors.
The other one.
You run to the other one? You run out into the hallway. You notice that the fire has made it to this hallway. It's crept up the stairs. And it has begun to take over the sides of this hallway. As you re-enter, you can hear that high-pitched noise again, and you don't know what it is, and it grates, and for a moment, you can't move. You just feel frozen in place. Everything feels wrong. Something is wrong. What's going on? And there's a sense of confusion and lightheadedness and overwhelmingness, and you close your eyes for a moment, and it's just blinding light again, and you can't escape it. You can't escape the light of the fire or the light of whatever it is that you are looking at, and you open your eyes again, and you're back, but all you can hear is the grinding of metal, and you need to make another wisdom saving throw.
This dice has been giving me good luck. I'll keep with it. That's another natural 20!
You're fucking kidding me. You're fucking kidding me. Alright. You manage to shake this paralyzing fear. This incredible intensity. That it's almost physical. It's not just the fear of what might happen stopping you. It's almost like there is something physically stopping you. It feels like for a moment there are chains on your wrists. It feels like for a moment there is something weighing you to the ground, and you take a deep breath of smoke and it sears, but the feelings leave. 2 doors. If you're just choosing the closest one, then I need you to choose a 1 or a 2.
1.
1. It is another door that you opened that is now closed. With a natural 20, you can try to open it. And you do, and it sticks on something. It's jammed. There's something in the way.
Angry 6-year-old strength.
Okay, make a strength check at disadvantage, and it'll be a straight roll. You have commoner stats.
I'm still amazed that 6-year-old Judice has a 10 in strength.
I'm being generous.
I'm not complaining. Yeah. Yeah, my luck caught up with me. It's a 14 and a 2.
14 and a 2. So that's a 2. You try to force the door open, and it just does not budge. You put all of your strength into it, and this room, it's louder. It's louder here. The high-pitched noise is louder, and you just need to figure out what it is, and that way you can know what's happening, and things won't feel wrong anymore, and you can just get in, and you just shove your full body weight against the door, and it doesn't give. It just stays. And you just slam your body weight against it, and over and over and over, and you know you can do this. It's not fair that you have to be a kid and you have to do this. You know you can do this. You've trained your life to do this, and you can't get the door open, and you're breathing heavily, and you feel so dizzy. You can try again, or you can turn and run.
I think you said the fire has started making its way up the stairs.
It's in this hall, over the stairs.
I have one observation and I have one question. I'm gonna start with my question. How far off the ground is the window?
Hard for you to tell.
Okay. Do I think I'm gonna try one more time, but first I pound on the door and I cry for help again because somebody might be inside. And I call for my parents.
Can you make a straight just D20 roll for me?
Pull out different dice. This is the FIDA dice. Not bad. That's a 13.
What do you say?
I think I just say Mom and Dad.
You yell. You scream with your whole chest, with every ounce of soot-filled air that you can take in. Sorry, I'm seeing chat and seeing if someone is actually going to go through with what they're saying they're going to do or not. There are going to be a few roles coming up that you may have a vested interest in making sure they succeed. Oh? Andy, my darling, what role, how much did you just donate, and what role did you want to affect? It hasn't showed up in my email yet, so.
Sorry that that y'all are paying actual US dollars.
No, that's what it's there
my
for. Don't
6-year-old
apologize.
dream sequence.
There it is. $25.
First for success for opening the motherfucking door.
Okay. So, you yell, you scream, and you just put all of that desperation and fear into just getting the door open because you know you can. And you do. You try again, you grab the doorknob even though it hurts, even though the heat sears your hand, and as you push yourself into it, slamming your body weight into it, you make impact, and that bright light sparks across your vision again. You make another impact, the bright light sparks across your vision, and you push again, and it opens, and you stagger forward. It is so loud. Immediately, you can't. It's so loud. You immediately double over with just the noise, the sound, It's too much. It's too much. You need to make a wisdom saving throw again. This one at disadvantage. Also, I see that my friend Caroline is trying to send money and wants to know where, but there's a donate button in the description underneath the stream right now. So if you'd like to call it early, you absolutely can. Yes?
Judice is if he is doppled over, he is on his knees just holding the painting like this, because it is the one thing that he can ground himself with. I will make that save.
Then please make it. We'll see what the roll is.
And then, yeah, if... That's a 5. Plus 4, 9.
A 9 is the total?
Yeah.
Since it seems like Caroline and a few other people are active in wanting to make sure certain things happen, is anyone going to contest that roll?
I'm so sorry.
If you call it now, and because you're in the middle of doing something, I'll just verify in my email when I get a notification, but is anyone in chat going to contest the roll? What level is 10
Caroline
again?
Says 10 is a luck point.
Then...
Oh, sorry, 2 luck points. 2 luck points.
2 luck points. Then you have the opportunity to re-roll that if you wish.
I would.
Okay.
I would like to. 14 plus 4, 18.
18! Much better. You do not turn around and leave. You will only be able to complete one action in this room. I'm going to give you a choice of what roll you would like to make. Look around, or high-pitched noise. You make the choice. Don't look at what they're saying.
Because here's the thing. I know the high-pitched noise is the source, but I also know that I might be able to see my parents again.
Make your decision, or you'll lose your chance entirely. Clock's ticking.
High-pitched noise.
Make a perception check.
Two lick points means I can
have one
reroll
more
this as
reroll.
well if I want to. Okay. I don't need to. That perception check?
Yes.
19. 18 plus 1.
You focus. You grip the edges of the painting. You don't even get up from where you are. You're just sitting there, eyes closed, trying to focus. You don't understand why everything feels so wrong, why everything has to be so scary, and you can feel those tears welling up again, and you hate it, but you can't control it. And you just try to focus, and you try to think. And the distortion lightens slightly. Is it crying? It's like a wail. A long crying noise. And it just puts this deep-seated sense of grief in your chest. And as you sit there, trying to wrap your head around more of it, figure out specifics, figure out something, the fire reaches the wood underneath you, and the floor gives out. And you crumble through the floor of the upstairs loft. Hit the ground. Your head, the painting leaving your grip, your head pounding as it just hits the ground. There's something solid there. You're not sure what you hit against, but the world is spinning. You don't know what's going on. Everything is hot around you and coming in and threatening to take over. And you can't move. And so you cry for the child that you were and the child that you continue to be. And that's when you wake up. It's a long one. Let me change the music real quick. Let me change the music real quick.
You motherfucker.
I like dreams. Aren't dreams fun? I love dreams.
I'm going through every
Asa?
at the same time.
Hey, Asa, when are you going to see Mhairi again?
Sorry, I tried to unmute myself and my hands are shaking so bad I clicked the wrong button 3 times. A little over a month.
Okay.
Grasp them.
Oh, I
will.
I'm... Go talk to your scheming cat, you jerk.
What
this is
Alan knows too many secrets.
Mhairi.
Don't give my shit away.
Thanks to the people that just saved the night.
Thank you to the people
Thank you.
Oh my
donated.
goodness.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Your generosity is insane. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And
Wow,
also, for their sake, thank you for saving some of those rolls.
May I get some clarifications? CC Bell Rose, we have one more luck point. Judice keeps that, I believe. Yes?
Yes, Judice gets to keep that.
And then, did Netta give anything? Nada. I don't know how to say your name correctly.
I do not believe so. I only got notifications from Carolina and Andy.
Netta. Wonderful.
So.
Okay. Just because you mentioned.
Thank you for the compliments in chat, friends. It looks like Caroline's gonna kill me. But yeah. So. Yes.
What time do I wake up?
It's probably...
Is this like a surprisingly still at 7 a.m. thing, or is it a...
Probably not.
4 in the morning?
Probably like solid 4 or 5 in the morning.
I think he was sleeping face down.
Like you?
Well, it adds
like
to the whole suffocation feelings.
That's what I was going for.
Do you sleep face down in real life?
Yes, he does.
He does.
Yeah.
Sleep completely face down in real life. Sometimes with his
I
head.
sleep face down, and then I hang my head slightly off the side of the bed so I don't suffocate.
It's charming in a very cursed
He is a
way.
stomach sleeper.
Okay.
Anyway, Mhairi,
Moving on.
does it wake me up?
What's your passive perception? Also, it kind of depends on what Judice does, so go ahead.
Judice is it's another one of those like nights. I think instinctively he casts thaumaturgy and blows open the doors and
Yeah,
if there is a window.
That'll wake up Asa. That'll wake up Bio.
Yeah.
Yeah. Io,
So we got anyone else in the building? I feel like our neighbors might not like that.
I think
just
the door
his door.
I think the door is locked. So you can't get the door.
Okay,
but there
so
is a window, and the window
the
just
window flies open, and the door
flies up, and the door kind of slams against its door frame. That does wake you up, Io.
Io just fucking starts awake. Like, Jesus, fuck!
Oh no!
Are you
sing to gods that don't exist?
Yeah, no, Judice is still fucking hyperventilating, like white knuckle gripping into the sheets of the bed.
Oh, whoa. Sort of like run over to where he is and sit as much next to him as I can. And I like reach out a hand. I'm like, hey. It's okay. Whatever happened, it was just a dream.
Judice, you're dizzy.
He kind of like mushes up his face just to like feel something concrete, and right.
The possum is sort of gently pawing at your side.
Right.
Do you want to talk about it?
Like a very enthusiastic dog outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd also like to imagine that Fida is currently howling outside. I think if anyone would know what's happening, Fida would be able to feel it as well. But no, I...
Sorry, fuck you. Sorry, fuck you. Oh, the voice cracker made it there, huh?
What did Mhairi do?
Don't worry about
it. Very message. Don't worry about it.
No, it's just a bad dream.
Can I roll the fucking insight on Judice right now?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I'm gonna go get my dice because I forgot to get my dice. But I'm
right there.
Oh, yeah. No, there is. I'm so out of it right now, gang. I am.
You're totally good.
Ooh. No.
Me too, King.
Wait, I think I have something that I can. Yeah. Well, how does rewind work again?
Rewind is for damage.
This is the first time we're using rewind.
Rewind is for damage.
Shit.
To emotionally assess your party member.
If you had previously given yourself like Fortune's Favor or something like that, then that would have helped. But rewind is for damage.
Shoot. And my amulet's for attack rolls.
Andy, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Andy.
I'm glad that I get to see the little messages I put a lot of work into, though.
Yeah.
It makes me a little happy.
I love that. Yeah, no, that's a natural 1, and I'm really upset about it.
Oh!
You can tell that something's up, but you can't get any specifics.
Listen, here's the thing, is I have had my fair share of what Judice is having, and I have also helped kids through my fair share of what Judice is having. So, I might not, know what's going on, but I just kind of, sit there. And every once in a while, I'll just kind of mumble some, words of reassurance. Thank you, Rose.
Thank you very much.
Thank you again. Oh, for the bits. I think if Io does stay there, Judice does take their forearm and just kind of holds it.
I'll let him have it.
The other hand is still white.
Here's everyone.
White knuckle gripping the. Oh, Hydra, do you want to? Still.
You're
white
lucky I don't have my monster sweat bottle.
And I think he takes off the sheets because he's completely fucking sweat through them.
Oh yeah.
I think he still faintly smells soot. And
well, yeah, that would make sense considering how when you move your hand off of Io's forearm, there's soot on it.
No painting though, right?
No.
I suppose the painting wouldn't have survived the fire anyways.
Yeah, there's just a little bit of soot on Io's forearm.
Enough for Io to notice?
I don't know.
Do I notice?
Sure.
Passive perception exists.
Yeah, and that's why I say sure.
Yeah. I just kind of rub a thumb over it because my hands look like they have soot all over them all the time.
Yeah.
But I just kind of what's that? And just smear it on another part of my arm because I can't see it on my finger. I'm like, where'd that come from?
I think Judice kind of looks at his hand at that point and kind of uses the other hand to just wipe some tears off his face. Whatever stuff is in his nose.
Anyway, do you like... And I just kind of look around almost as if like someone's watching, or I'm like worried someone's watching. I just kind of like hold out my arms.
Yeah, Judice does take you up on it and just comes a hug on top of you. Just big arms.
5'5", and not a very experienced hugger. But at first kind of tries to go over and like envelop you, but that really kind of doesn't work. And so he just like slides.
Judice is 6 foot and is also not a very experienced hugger.
Yeah,
so I think he's just kind of descending down upon you.
Yeah, he like slides underneath your arms and just kind of like grabs your torso and buries his face in it.
Yeah, Judice's face is just nestled between the nooks of your horns. And I think he just sits there and breathes for a bit. And sorry, I didn't mean to throw open the window and the door.
No, Ari, I feel like I've probably done something similar.
Oh, probably.
Traumatized.
Thank you for the subscription.
Yeah, thank you for the subscription.
Also, yeah, for those that are not familiar with sign, whenever I do this, it's thank you.
Mm-hmm. Traumatized tiefling with thaumaturgy's erasability.
Yeah, you've done it before.
Yeah.
You've actually seen Judice not use thaumaturgy, but you've seen Judice wake up from nights like this before. It's usually you.
Yeah, it's usually me. But I just kind of like, dude, do you think I haven't done that? I broke a vase once.
You broke a what?
A vase.
Like with the door? Or was it like on
no,
the
like with the spell. Like I just...
Oh, right. Big noise.
Mm-hmm. It's fine. Nothing really to break here. Does the window look okay?
The window's okay.
Yeah. I'm like, you're fine. You didn't break it. We don't have to pay anything.
Still sorry to wake you. Just...
Another one of those dreams?
Fitful. Different, but...
Yeah?
Still...
Like worse, maybe?
Yes. Have you have dreams about things that have happened to you, whether you fully remember them or not, right?
I mean, like, yeah, probably. Yeah.
Have you ever been able to look around or change what you're seeing? Not like in a lucid type of way, but in a, it's the same dream over and over. But now you can look back.
I'm gonna say no to that one, Mhairi. I assume that I have not.
No, not really.
I just kind of... Not really, no.
It was almost real. I felt like I could do something about it. Of course I can't. Of course it's just a dream.
Is there anything
powerless.
Is there anything you can do about it now? I don't know what You've never told me what the dreams are about, have you?
I think I don't think he's told you that he has dreams about it, but he has told you about his parents.
Yeah, no, he's told me about
vague terms. Like you haven't even told them like
in vague terms.
No, you just kind of said like something.
He told you that his parents were gone and there was an accident.
Yeah, I just kind of. I mean, is there anything you can do about it now?
No. Funnily enough, despite everything, I am just as powerless to do anything now as I was then. But isn't that how things are?
Can I help?
I don't think so. You remember when I believe we were making our way out of Wakefeld? I told you about my folks, yes?
Yeah, like vaguely. You said something bad happened?
When I was a child, there was a house fire, and I made it out. Barely. And I've already told you where that got me, but you can also put together that my parents didn't. And I still remember it, and it's the only thing I do remember, really, about them.
Yeah.
I mean, passing things every once in a while, I'll get a smell, or I think they painted.
That's cool. I mean, like, not the dead thing. Sorry. I'm sorry.
It's nothing that can be helped now. It was years ago. Easily over 20. I don't know exactly. But
I guess I've never known anything about mine, and I never really cared to. Can't. Yes, I can only imagine what it's like for you. I just kind of said, fuck it, you know?
As you tend to.
Yeah. Did they love you?
I'd like to think so. What I do remember is good, but there isn't much.
Do you want to talk about it? The good stuff?
I remember one of them, I don't know who, one of them would... We had an oven in the home, and one of my parents would make muffins, very similar to the ones we had in Wakefeld.
Oh, shit.
I'd forgotten about that until recently. It was just the three of us. We were kind of off the beaten trail. I don't remember anyone or any other houses around. But it was good, and I haven't seen it since. When I was younger, I tried to go back. I mean, younger. I was easily 7 or 8. I would always ask to go back, and Omeros would tell me, no, it was too dangerous, or there's nothing for me to see there. Whether that meant there was quite literally nothing left, or there was nothing that I would gain from seeing it again, I don't know, but eventually I learned that going against what he said was a losing game, and I didn't look back. Haven't thought about it, and, well, until the last few months or so.
Fuck him, I guess.
What was that?
Fuck him. Why not?
I don't know when I'm going to go. Huh?
Why not go back?
I mean, now I don't know. I don't know when the next time I'd be going back to Naos. As much as I'd known, I'd done all the good that I could do there. And, you know, this was my grand journey to go throughout the world and right its innumerable wrongs, and now it seems like the only place that I can think of going is back there. And, well, back to Targrave, funnily enough.
Yeah. I mean, we can make it back there eventually. There's spells and stuff. We can maybe try and, look for things. Maybe I could find something. Maybe I could do something. Or we could just go.
I'm not going to derail our entire... I'm not going to derail our entire trip just for me. We're already on a tight schedule enough with the princess and taking...
I mean, we have,
Lazri.
We don't have that much time left on that, I guess. I don't know, what do we have, a week at most?
I mean, we'll see, and then after that we have to go back to Targrave and figure out what's happening there, because we can't just leave that in the state that it is. And after that, I believe we were going to Catram.
Did they ever tell me? Did y'all ever tell me we were going to Catram?
No, we did not.
Oh, oops.
I am kind of startled.
Whoopsie daisy. I'll forgive you. It's 5 in the morning.
We were? Why?
Oh, Ivory mentioned it in passing. And
did I? I don't know whose idea that was.
You were the person who did the library research.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that is true. You're right. Yep.
Yeah.
God, I haven't threatened you in a dark alleyway about not doing any more therapy research yet, have I?
Nope. No, you have not. You should get on that.
We shouldn't. Besides, I don't even want to know. You do.
Still, there's more on Catram than just that. I mean, we'd be going there anyways. We need to find out where well, I don't know if we've discussed, but the whole business with the conduits, we know where some of them are, and we know where some of them aren't. And we definitely know that none of them are in Naos, because...
Yeah. Okay, listen, You're probably not going to like this very much, but I think that I want to figure out what the fuck was going on with where you grew up.
What do you mean? The country doesn't have much to offer. There's Cromkirk, and that's about it.
The country doesn't have much to offer. No one's heard of your temple. No one's heard of an Inquisitor. And I feel like in a country so Elnet-centered, with as many libraries as we've been to, the fact that not one person has recognized your legal authority, the fact that nobody really knows about Elnet worshippers in Naos, and the different like branch you practice than so many other people. There's something weird there, and whoever raised you was a dick, and I don't know, there's something there to figure out.
We did recently get a stop you violated the law, just in all caps therapy.
That's apparently therapy for Judice, so
okay,
I'll
interpret that as you will. Okay. I will
Eventually,
say
you will have to go to clinical therapy, Judice. Sorry.
But there was one who knew the title of Inquisitor. They were over in Princetall, but apparently it's a title that hasn't been used in a very, very long time.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. At the very least, you could learn more about your own history, even if there's nothing fishy there. You're still entitled to that, you know? Not everyone's that lucky.
I mean, I thought I was entitled to a lot of things. A bit too entitled sometimes, maybe, but we'll see. We'll regroup after figuring out the Targrave situation, and hell, maybe we have to go to the southwestern tip of Kerrigan at some point anyways. And I know that's closer to one of the port towns. Actually, it's quite close to the port town that I came into Kerrigan from.
Yeah, I mean, listen, how far away by boat time-wise is Naos from said port? Ish.
Great question.
It is the farthest possible place you could go.
Asking my DM questions that they do not want to answer ASMR.
No, because here's the thing. Like, geographically, Naos is the farthest you could fucking go from Kerrigan.
If you're going
the other
up
ones
that
you could
coast,
go around,
then
you'd have to go either around the entirety of Infraconium or over and then around the Tantalian Islands.
No, not necessarily. If you're going from Terios, I mean, this is a sphere. The map wraps, so
you'd go that way. You'd have to go over the Tantalian Islands.
Yeah, I mean, kind of over. It's more like you'd be going to the coast of Infraconium and then going up and around. So you'd be going up and around anyway. If you want to take the long route, you can go past Umbra.
Go east. We only have a flat map, but you could go east. This is not a fantasy land that isn't a sphere.
West.
Yeah. West.
Yeah.
East would be around Infraconium, and then
east would be going past Umbrad, between Thrusia and the Tantalian Islands, up through that channel, and then up the coast of Infraconium.
Anyway, what I'm asking is, could we make it there and back before Frostmourne?
Hell
absolutely
no.
The fuck not.
Okay.
Hell fucking
Frostmourne
no.
is in 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, Frostmourne is in 5 fucking weeks. You'd have to make your way back to Kerrigan, down to the port town of Diara, and then sail. God, that would take so long. If you went by cart and boat, no way. No fucking way. It would take
easily
you
a month.
Yeah, it would more than a month. It would take you a fucking while.
Judice was on that ship for so fucking long.
Yeah.
I just kind of seems to consider something and then goes, no, that's dumb as fuck. And then
Judice has a genuine distaste of the ocean now.
No, that's fair. I think I would too.
I shake your hand as Cat.
No, if you want to get there before Frostmourne, you gotta find a teleportation circle.
We're not going there before Frostmourne.
I would just kind of shrugs and goes, I don't know. You could try and research in the meantime.
I did actually, when we were in the library.
Oh, yeah?
Unsurprisingly, didn't find anything. So.
Yeah, see? That's
you think the one place that would have something on it would be here.
You would. You would think that, Judice.
And sometimes actually, a lot of the time, I sometimes think it is sometimes easier to accept things as they are, because a lot of things don't make sense. And I've kind of grown up being told that if something is hard to figure out or learn about, there's usually a reason for it.
Isn't the reason?
Then again, we had quite different upbringings.
Figuring out? Yeah, I mean, I was taught that if someone's trying to keep you from something, unless they have a damn good reason that they're willing to share. I just kind of like flinches for a second. You don't have to, but if you ever want to, I'll help.
It's ironic, really. You want absolutely nothing to do with yours, and they're still out there, and I wish I could remember more about mine, and they're already gone.
I don't have a choice. You do.
I mean, do you have more of a choice? And do you have more time? I'm not going to pressure you, but
what do you mean?
It's ironic as well. Well, sure, you may not want anything to do with it now, and that's fine. You don't have to. And I'm not going to force your hand, but just know that I and the rest of the group care about you and will support you whichever way you go. You know that.
Thanks.
Anyways, you should try to get the rest of your evening sleep.
Go.
I give Harold about a maybe hour and a half before he starts making noise, so I'm going to try to get the sleep I can in that time.
Do you want to... Do you want the... And the possum just kind of looks up at you. And holds out a paw, just...
I'm probably going to just be on my back for a while without the sheets. So unless Possum wants to be on sweaty bare chest, I don't think you really want that.
It's up to you.
I'll sleep at the foot of the bed if you're offering.
Yeah. That's fine.
I can settle for that. And I think with that, Judice does go back to his bed and just kind of sits up and just lays on his back and just kind of stares at the ceiling for a bit. Feels the waddling of the hands of the possum, just kind of...
You probably feel its tail, like, go over your leg briefly.
Oh,
just
no.
over my calves.
Oh, no.
Just and it settles next to him, and I think... Yeah. Judice has to have a very specific pillow because of the way that his horns are shaped.
Yeah.
That's why he sleeps face down.
Honestly.
Yeah, for him it's necessity. For me, I'm just weird. But
yeah,
I think with that, Judice tries to go back to sleep.
Yeah. So, the two of you drift back off. And I know I'm a little bit early, but I think in the morning we will pick up after a break. Because it was a very eventful, hour and a half, 2 hours. So we'll take a moment. You guys can think about, because you're going to have a little bit of downtime depending on how many days you want to wait on Aber. And you guys can think about what your plans are during that downtime. In the meantime, hello friends, you thought I was going to forget, binder check. If you are one of our friends that wears a binder, make sure you can breathe, make sure you're not in pain, do some good stretches, and if you need to, take it off. Be sure to hydrate. Jazzercise. Break is going to be about 10 to 15 minutes. As a warning, as I mentioned before, for those that were not here at the beginning of the episode, we are going to go down briefly during break as I restart my router, just to make sure that we have minimal, internet issues later in the stream. So when the stream goes down for a couple minutes, do not worry. We are going to be back as soon as we can be. Literally gonna leave all my stuff open so it'll come back immediately. And so other than that, we will see you in 10 to 15 minutes. Feel free to continue chatting and all that kind of stuff. Yes?
Quick thing, for the new folks, we usually have a slideshow of art submitted by folks in the community. If y'all ever want to submit art, I believe that you send that to our Twitter.
Yes, please tweet at me.
Yeah, tweet at Aldrithe at Aldrithe D&D.
At Aldrithe D&D, we're the same thing on all platforms.
Mm-hmm. And then, we'll do our best to throw that into the slideshow, and you can see your work shown to our audience.
Yes, absolutely, with credit, of course. But yeah, so with that, we will see you in about 10 to 15 minutes, depending on how much my internet wants to hate me. And I'm
gonna make spaghetti.
See you then.
I'm gonna work on Io's wiki page.
Yeah. And we will see you then. Hi, friends!
Hey! Tink.
And all the mics are working, and yes, hydrate 2.0, so everybody drink. Pour up. Welcome back, friends. It looks like all the audio is working this time, so I don't have to worry about that. As you guys could probably tell, I reset my router in the middle of break, so I'm praying to whatever god is out there that it doesn't fuck up second half like it's been doing quite a lot. But yeah, sorry that one went a little bit long. We had a lot to discuss, after, when that went down. But, yeah, no, I'm sorry. The jump scare return happens whenever I have to reset the internet during a break, because typically I have music going, and it's less of a jump scare. But unfortunately, because I reset the internet, I didn't leave music going this time, so that's my bad. I'm sorry. I'm gonna find a better way to deal with that. I will, eventually. I don't know. If any of our friends like to compose music and want to do a Critical Role with us kind of deal, hit us up, but,
Fine.
well, in campaign...
Me?
What?
My name?
Hey? My name?
Did you say Floyd, or am I stupid?
Nope.
I said define.
Okay.
I think we're all a little confused.
We're all a little confused. In campaign 2, Crit Roll had like a custom Wild Mouth song that they played during the break, and it was very loud and made it so
Thanks, Ewan.
everybody, yeah. Good music though, I will say that. But yeah, so are we all ready to get back into the groove, perhaps? Although before we get started, I do want to say, because I didn't really say this before we went to break, thank you to all of the people that were like...
the stream is live!
Yeah?
Yeah?
Like, Jack has it open, and we're our cameras are on the stream.
Yes.
Yeah?
No, we've been live for like 2 minutes.
We've been what?
We've been live for like 2 minutes.
We have?
Yeah!
Yes, dear.
Yeah, babe.
When did we start? Hello?
Like 2 minutes ago?
Like 2 minutes ago?
I thought we were still on break.
No!
I thought we ended.
No! Sorry, I didn't make that as clear
Floyd,
as
my
usual.
dear.
No, we're not on break, dear darling.
I love you, sweetheart.
I care for you so deeply, Floyd. We've been live for about 2 minutes.
I'm so very stupid. I'm so sorry.
You're not stupid. It's
No,
not
you're
stupid.
fine.
Also, I'm writing down the name for that, my name real quick. Give me
You're not
one
stupid,
moment.
you're a high wisdom build.
I can go check all the redeems and check off.
Also, for folks who were talking about me flexing earlier,
Judice.
Nice. But, yes, I have 2 my names, and, Astafi violated the law for therapy, even though I was then clarified to be a joke. I'm holding myself to it. But, yes, no, so we are on.
Hey, so I'd like to purchase 2 tickets to the Martial Weapons show.
But, I did want to say before we start, that before we actually start playing, thank you all for all of the bits and subs and all of that this session. It has been absolutely insane. And I know that a lot of the times we were in conversation, and so I wasn't going to interrupt, and so I was just signing, but like, seriously, thank you guys so much for all of the... Oh, Floyd is gone.
They're disconnecting and coming back because they couldn't hear you.
Oh, okay. But thank you guys so very much for y'all's generosity and engagement today. It's been absolutely crazy. No, it's been...
It's so great to have you all.
Yeah, it is so great to have everybody here, and I just wanted to thank everybody for that. Thank y'all for being awesome playing It's a Cat's campaign. Thank you for being here. Seriously.
I kiss you on the lips /P.
Oh my goodness, I am holding you so gently. But yeah. With that, I'm good to get back into the game, don't we think?
I believe so. It is morning.
It is, and as the sun rises on Moongate, it's going to be at least another day before Aber gets, like, full information and permission and all of that from his friend. So you guys have a little bit of spare time before you can, get the teleportation circle to Morinheim from Aber.
Ewan, I know you've talked to me about this. I don't think we talked to Ivory about, what's happening with the gates in the city because Dark is around. Is that correct?
No.
Or did you talk to it?
Judice spoke to everyone about it except Armani.
Okay, cool.
Because I can't talk to just you.
Yeah. All right, cool.
And I have a feeling that Floyd would... not Floyd. I almost called your guardian angel Floyd. I have a feeling that Dark would murk me.
I don't think he's gonna murk us. I just think he's not gonna be happy about it. And I am actively trying to romance his ward. So, I don't know what else to call it.
It's true.
That is the perfect term. That is the best term that we've had so far.
It is the best term that we've had so far, but it doesn't have the loving care.
There could be a loving care to being a ward. You care for your charge.
But not the connotation.
It's like bastard child energy, I think, is what's happening there.
If anyone has any better suggestions, I will gladly take them.
Question, Harold is a rooster. Does Harold just start screaming at 5:30 in the morning?
Yeah.
I need to put a hood on him or like put him in one of those. No, it's a thing you do so that they don't scream in the morning. It doesn't hurt them. It's just like a little cloth hood.
That is true. As someone who took a falconry class.
Yeah. Okay, sure. Then if that's something that people actually do with birds, then sure, I will let you do so.
The other meaner way to do it is you put them in a thing that is like that. In a container that is like just above their head so they can't put their head back to scream because they'll hit the ceiling.
Let's go with the gentle blindfold, shall we?
Sure.
Okay, so then he doesn't scream at 5:30 in the morning.
Cool.
So, yeah, what's the plan here?
Assuming I know that we only have a little bit of time, I think I will wake up at...
Technically, you can have 9? As much time as you want to.
Well, I also don't want to take more time than we need to.
That's fair.
I am gonna wake up at, like, 9:30.
Okay. When is everybody else getting up? Are Armani and Judice still getting up at the ass crack of dawn?
You win. That's a long link. Thank you.
It's a picture of the bird. Sorry, I saw fear go over everyone's faces as I sent that. Judice still wakes up at the crack of dawn. Actually, you know what? He's had a rough night. I think Judice might unintentionally...
Did he go to sleep after waking up?
He tried to.
Yeah.
I think Judice will wake up, shockingly, at 8 a.m.
Ooh. Slept in.
Still exactly at 8 a.m.
Relaxation.
Only 1 hour off from his normal wake-up time, exactly.
Okay. So...
What?
Sorry. Jared TP3 made a joke. But...
Keep drinking, Judice. You'll put the fire out.
Eventually. But, yeah. Oh, okay. So... Judice wakes up at 8. Ivory wakes up at 9:30. What are we looking at for Armani and Io?
9.
9 or so. Floyd?
Still getting up at the ass crack of dawn, 6 a.m. sharp. Their body clock is still locked and loaded, baby.
No trauma keeping you down.
Huh?
No trauma keeping
you down.
Well, it's repressed anyway.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Not for
I
long.
would say it's the
We
trauma
haven't addressed any of your trauma yet.
We'll get to
That's
you.
what Judice thought too.
We'll get to you.
But I think it's just they get to their normal morning routine, which is braid their hair, work out, get some breakfast, vibe. Just vibes only.
Okay.
Meditation, that whole thing.
All right. So, everybody does kind of get up at their individual times, since Armani seems to be just kind of vibing. Then I'm just going to go ahead and say you have basically an entire day of downtime or more. An entire day at least. So, what are everybody's plans? I can hit people one by one, or if y'all want to try and bicker amongst yourselves at time of day when things start, that's whatever.
I know that we wanted to kind of look at the alley. We should talk about that, I think.
Yeah, when Ivory wakes up, they are going to go to Judice and Io's room and see if they're still there. Okay. And if so, is going to be hey besties, what are we doing about Armani? Because they don't know what's up and we all want to go investigate this.
Would y'all still be in the room at 9:30?
I don't know about what? I'm sorry.
You don't know about the answers about what the alleyway is, because Judice asked the cultist into quotes telepathically, and you didn't hear that.
Oh, right. Okay, sorry. I didn't remember that he asked it telepathically. Okay, cool. Then I guess I'm gonna that's going on.
Only asked. No, the only thing that Judice asked telepathically was questions specifically about Dark, and then we put together that alleyway that Dark doesn't want us to go to, and has arcane runes over it, and we know that there was a curator anchor point in Moongate. I think we just put that together, so Armani knows it's there, but
oh yeah.
Well,
and knows that it is probably a curator anchor point, but the only thing that I have shared with the party is that Dark shouldn't exist.
Okay, so
that's a rude way of putting it.
I'm being
scientifically.
So do you want to know about the curator anchor point? Because you know about the alleyway. I've been there.
Yes, you know that it's a curator
we've
anchor
discussed
point. That was in front of everybody.
Okay. I love how we all know words and things about things. Great. Then in the morning, I also will still go and be hey, what are we doing?
Are both Io and Judice still in the room at 9:30?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he's been rubbing his finger over the sending stone and rubbing his finger over his pendant. But for an hour and a half. It's like when I wake up and then I'm on TikTok for 45 minutes to an hour.
That one. Io's version of that is reading the book
Dragon
for a bit
book.
and writing in the journal for a bit.
Ivory comes into the room and sees the two of us in our two beds just doing our two morning activities independently
of one another. You guys are just stimming, like, y'all are... good
we are just diverging.
Sorry. I believe today we were going to check out the anchor point in town. The one in the alley.
Yes. What do we think the best way to go about that was? Didn't you say there was 2?
And we know there's at least 1.
Okay.
If I had some ideas, actually, if it's been in the city for a very long time, we could potentially... I mean, we have to be careful about who we ask, is the thing. We could ask Aber.
Well, the only person I could really think to address would be that person I saw.
That is true, like, but can we find
except the other problem was it's very difficult to find them.
I think I have an idea.
Yes.
I have a spell. I can... If I need to... Let me make sure that I can cast the spell. I've, like, studied this spell. I could swear that I have...
Does it require material components?
I don't think so, but I have a spell where I can see on the other side of the door. Like... I don't
know if that would work with, like, a magical one. What spell is this?
I have it. I researched it. I just don't have it in my spell list right now.
Okay.
I was just sort of sitting there saying, like, 1 second, and then just, like, staring into the middle distance.
While she does that, we also have, I mean, invisibility. I could turn into something else other than a dragon, maybe. I don't know if Ivory truly trusts that one yet.
I mean, I don't think being a dragon would get you in very easy.
Not a dragon, maybe like a bug and I sit on someone's shoulder or something. Like, if someone goes in, I can just get to catch a ride or something.
That's something we can do. It's difficult, and I know we can always come back to it, but I would like to do it before we leave.
Yes. I do know that the person I saw before kind of looked up at the alleyway and talked at it, because they couldn't get in for some reason. And then they left. But they seemed to be under the impression that they could be heard.
Maybe there's some kind of magical surveillance. I do know that they said they had lost some sort of entrance device, maybe a key or some sort.
I know they also used some kind of name. At that point, I was the one streaming, and I don't remember what the name was, because I didn't write it down.
I would like to say I did look up the spell.
Keen mind.
I can cast it. You create an invisible sensor within range in a location familiar to you or in an obvious location that is unfamiliar to you, such as behind a door, around a corner, or in a grove of trees. The sensor remains in place for the duration and can't be attacked or otherwise interacted with. When you cast the spell, you choose seeing or hearing. You can use the chosen sense through the sensor as if it were in its space.
Do you have to have been to that place?
You do not have to have been to the place. You just it needs to either be a place you've been or a place that you haven't been that's obvious. Behind a door is suggested. I don't have to have been to the place. I just need to, like, know where it is.
I have the impression that behind the door is not the wall of this alleyway. I feel like this is a little magical thingy, but we could try. I would love to try.
I'm saying I'm definitely willing to try. I don't know if
yes, I think we should try.
Io tells you about that spell in an in-character way.
Also, if a name was said, I was going to look up that name, exist. But I have no access to the VOD that happened in right now, so I don't actually know what the name was off the top of my head.
Let's say I remember the name, and if I just say insert name.
Sure.
We
It's
can
me.
keep it.
Balsamic vinegar.
Sure.
Good name.
Cousin Throckmorton.
I think it was
my cousin
woman's
Throckmorton
name or a
I actually
traditionally
had a
feminine
PC
one.
named Throckmorton once. In my very first
kidding
D&D
me.
game, I DM'd for a group, and one of them had named themselves Throckmorton. Throckmorton.
Did he have a cousin?
Throckmorton?
Yeah, he did. He's
Did he play the
here.
saxophone?
I don't
Skateboard?
remember, but I think so.
No.
Definitely skateboarded. Anyway.
Well, shall we go there? I guess.
I mean, yes, we should.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
I guess early. Should we wait till it's busy, or should we just go? I don't think it really matters.
I mean, from what I can tell, there are always going to be people walking around the city,
Yeah.
and it's what, about 9 in the morning.
Okay.
People are out and about. People are working. Yeah, give me a minute. He'll start to don his armor.
Io starts putting makeup on as Judice puts his armor on, and I realize this has probably happened a lot of times at this point. When Judice and I are in the room, one of them.
You have Judice. You have big ol' shiny mail. I love the idea of Io in the middle of nowhere at some point needing a mirror and just leaning over and using the reflection of your armor.
The shoulder pads would be the best thing to
Yeah.
use because those things are like they independently move from one another.
Yeah.
Io like finishes their makeup, but like doesn't use a mirror to do it because it's been long enough at this point that they kind of just like slap it on.
Mhm.
And then they pick up Judice's short sword and like look at it.
Yeah.
Like just look at his
Get that
face.
real sharp eyeliner.
Yeah, do that. You know the Peter Derry image I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Yeah. So, you two get ready. So, are you going to bring Armani with you for this?
Yeah. I think I think yes. I don't see
Yes,
why not
absolutely.
because
Well, this
no.
seems to be something you're going behind Armani's back about, so I wanted to know.
Well,
No, we can learn things that we have context for that Armani doesn't. And I will tell Armani whenever I think that Dark won't murk me, or I can get Armani without Dark.
Which is very
You might need to collaborate with someone if you want to get.
Yeah,
Armani
I'm gonna say
without
you need
Dark.
a distraction.
I'm gonna
here.
get like Io. Actually,
Io just sort of raises a hand and goes, "I can get Dark at any point." Like,
I was going to say, if you wanted, you could like
another makeup night or
"Hey,
something.
Lonnie, could I hang out with Dark for a bit? I'm thinking of taking him up on his band proposal.
And if something else doesn't work, I can always just pick a fight.
I can do that. I can do that tonight. We should go figure stuff out now, and then I can go talk to him about the band stuff this evening.
Do we want to do we want to make sure that everyone's on the same page before we make our way in? Because what if Mani sees something that we don't?
I mean, sure, I can do it now.
I'll go get Dark, I guess.
Well, get the two of them.
Sure.
And then I'll ask if Mani wants to go on a walk or something.
I go stick my head in our room and say, hey, do you want to go, like, get some food?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I already ate, but I could use like a snack or something. Where were you? Did you just go into Io and Judice's room? I came back in here and you were gone.
Yes, I did. I was seeing what the plan was for today. I think we're...
I walk over and I pop my head around the corner and I go, "Hey, is Dark here?"
I mean, when is he not? But yes.
Dark.
The most big brother shit I've ever heard. Not big brother and older sibling, big brother as in like authoritarian.
Capital
Orwell.
So he's a communist, but he also is capitalism, is what we were saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of a minute later, it's, fucking, wait, do I still have my prop? No, I moved my prop! Damn it. Originally,
I had... necklace?
No, originally, I am gonna put on this necklace, but I had a prop of, like, fucking black lipstick of, like, huh? Kind of Dark just, like, appears and is like, sorry, I heard, I heard you needed something.
Yeah. I wanted to talk to you. I was thinking about the band thing. Do you want to talk about the band thing?
Yeah, sure. Fucking of course. I am always down to talk about the fucking band thing. You still want to do that? I was thinking that I could do like vocals, but I could also like do guitar if I really needed to.
Oh, so do you want to like? Okay, so do you eat? Can you eat?
I can eat.
Do you want to go eat?
He kind of hesitates. It's kind of like
weird.
I mean, I could just go with. We can just go with Mhairi and Ivory, right?
We'll just be downstairs. I mean, you can come join us in like 10 minutes.
Oh my goodness!
Oh my god! Hi! That's a lot of people! That's a lot of people! Hi!
Oh my goodness!
Sorry, thank you for the raid! Hi! Oh my god, thank you for the followers, everybody!
That's so nice.
Welcome
to meet you.
in!
Hi.
Please tell us... Wait, hold on, I gotta do this.
Oh goodness! Oh, we haven't had a raid
What were you
in
guys
so long.
streaming? How are you guys doing?
Hi!
Hi, how's your stream going?
Welcome! I hope everything is going well with y'all. Thank you all for the follows. Hi!
Please tell us about your session in chat. We'd love to hear.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, where was I? Dark, right, dark. Can I just go with... I mean, Mhairi and Ivory were already headed out to, food, I think. Can't we all just kind of go...
I mean, we can. I kind of just... I don't know, I wanted to, like... I don't know, it's stupid.
Oh, well, it's not fucking stupid. Of course not.
I mean, I wanted to get to know you a little better, I guess.
He kind of looks over at Armani and just...
I don't even make it a deception check for that.
He wants to have friends.
I know, and we're taking advantage of that.
The truth at a convenient time.
And he kind of looks over at Armani and is just kind of like, would it be okay if I kind of left you alone? You'll have Ivory, so you'll probably be okay. Like, you're muted.
Floyd, you need to press the...
I know, thank you. Yeah, no, of course. Go with Io. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, if you need anything, just, I don't know. I don't know how you're getting I can probably feel it. If something happens, I'll try and I'll get to you. If something happens, I will get to you. But I know Ivory can take care of you. So, just stay safe. Okay.
Okay.
Suck.
As long as you do.
Oh well, I'm pretty easy to. I'm pretty good at getting out of stuff like that. But be safe.
You too. I'll see you later. Okay.
Yeah. See ya. So, Io, you wanna fucking get like a snack or something? I don't know.
Yeah. No, I thought it'd be fun. There's like food. Have I passed like a bakery or something at some point nearby?
Well, there's food downstairs in like the tavern central area, but that's not gonna be like bakery foods. You can go poke around the city if you want to go try and find like a bakery or something like that.
I think us three are gonna stay in the tavern and then they can leave so that they can come back.
What?
So I go.
Well, we are also eating. It is morning.
Yeah. No, I want to go poke around looking for a bakery so that you guys can have the tavern to yourselves. And also, because adventure with Dark.
Okay. So you guys...
Viewers, I hate to break it to you, I am not romancing the Fallen Angel.
Yeah,
no. I already have another romantic interest, and not that Io is poly, but Dark is not.
Dark is not interested in Journey. Nor is Dark interested in Io.
Don't fuck my uncle slash
brother slash
Fallen Angel, absolutely.
More like manipulating the Fallen Angel right now.
This isn't one of the people whose hands I was.
It's a means to an end, Vari. It's a means to an end.
That doesn't make it better. Anyway, I just need to defend. I love Dark. But yeah, so you're just gonna go like find a bakery and chill or something like that?
Yeah, I want to talk.
And go get a coffee.
Yeah,
I would like to say I want to talk about. Oh God, I want to have a coffee. I want a coffee. I don't think Io drinks coffee normally.
Before you get out of range, Ivory will on the message stones tap it and to Io go send us a message before you head back. And then let you go.
Cool.
Yeah. And you do, and Dark spends a lot of time in conversation just like, yeah, and I mean, I think you've already got the fucking look down as we're I mean, and of course, like, I've got these ideas about the band. I can wait a very long time. Like, of course you can spend all your time adventuring and stuff like that. Like, that's totally cool. Like, you can take your time. I get it.
So I used to play bass, right? Like, it's been ages.
What? Oh, shit, that's amazing.
I just kind of like talk about that for a while. Yeah, I ran that by Mhairi pre-campaign. Yeah, no. I can play the bass.
I can play the bass.
Oh yeah. And at some point, if they like find a song that they both know, Io will try and like sing it with Dark. Io can't carry a tune in a bucket. It is embarrassing. it is humiliatingly bad.
Here's the thing.
They don't give a shit. They're having so much fun.
Dark's key flaw is he doesn't know any mortal music. He's working on it, but he doesn't know shit. So you should go out and try to find some sheet music or something. You can go find like bards that are playing stuff and stuff like that, but
you just like go find a bard.
Yeah, you can just go find a bard and just like listen and be like, no, I like that music. Like, and he's just sitting there playing with this necklace, and he seems to be having a good time.
At some point, can I roll to see if I make a fool of myself dancing with the bard?
Yes, naturally.
That is, I rolled an 8. This is performance, right?
Yes. Also,
okay,
I did just realize that this dice necklace is actually looks very similar to Dark's actual necklace.
Yeah, and if you want to switch out the color to be more like his.
Performance.
Once
again, 10. I was a strong mover.
I was a strong mover.
As always.
But Dark is like support group. Like, Dark has been Armani's emotional support fallen angel for many years, and is sitting there and is like, yeah, you're doing fucking terribly, and you kind of know it, but, like, Dark is sitting there acting like you're fucking killing it. Like, he is so happy for you. And honestly, you can tell that he's just happy to be, he's just kind of happy to be corporeal.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I'm just having a good time.
We need to invite him out more. Like for drinks and shit. Just to like hang out.
Let him out of his pen.
He's not in a pen. He can be corporeal anytime he pleases.
Just shy.
He just always feels too scared.
You do, I will say, saying he can be corporeal anytime he pleases, not necessarily entirely correct. And you notice that kind of as time goes on, he's getting a little bit sluggish. And if you kind of
notice, hey, you don't have to like do that if you don't want to. Like, we can just talk here.
Oh, it's fine. It's fucking hard to be in this plane. So it's fine. It doesn't really matter what I do, but I'm happy to be here. What?
Are you on a different plane?
No, I'm on the anchor plane right now. That's the problem. I tend to do better in the 9 Hells.
Yeah.
I don't spend a lot of time here.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, no, again, if you need to, like, peace out.
No, I'm happy to hang out for as long as you want to. Gods know I don't get out of the house very much.
Yeah, no, and then I just like keep vibing. But I will hang out with Dark until I am told otherwise.
Fair enough.
No, you will have to choose to come back at some point. We're not going to be able to find you. You just need to give us a heads up.
You can.
I'd say like 30 to 45 minutes is probably enough.
Yeah, it might be like an hour.
Yeah, once you judge it enough, you'll be good.
Meanwhile, Ivory and Armani, and I don't know if Judice is going to be joining.
Judice is invited. He knows more about what the fuck is happening.
Judice did share everything with you, but I don't know if he feels like he is the one who should be breaking that news. That's...
You're there to pitch in if you need.
Yes, Judice will be there.
We are getting food. Ivory was genuinely
Judice doesn't
hungry.
have any hobbies.
Yeah.
Judice needs hobbies, dear God.
Where are you getting food?
He should take up knitting. Yeah.
Okay.
So we can be easy to find later.
Fair enough.
What are we eating? What do they have here?
I'd say...
Can I get fantasy French toast?
Sure, you could probably get fantasy French toast. I think they do. They have like a
We
nice
know
venison
that fantasy
stew
French
going.
toast exists in D&D because I've made it for you twice.
Yes.
Yes, and I.
Yeah, no,
I would like to eat some in game, please.
Okay, you can have some fantasy French toast. That's probably gonna be like 7 silver pieces.
So expensive.
That's not even as bad as it could get. All right, this is a pricey establishment.
Yeah. I paid. Ivory mutters as they walk
on the menu that are like gold pieces.
God, Ivory's like muttering as they take their French toast back to the like. This is so expensive. It's not even like it's good. I guess it's good, but like I could also make this. This is silly, and then they eat it.
Is it stuffed with mascarpone cheese and almond extract? And walnuts?
If you want it to be, I'm going to make it more expensive, but...
I'm just going off
No,
of the
I think it's the base kind. Yeah, can I at least have strawberries whipped cream? I feel like that's the basics for it.
Yeah, you can have that. You can have that. I'll give you that.
Wonderful.
Strawberries and whipped cream. It's a good setup you got going. Seriously.
Delicious. They eat it begrudgingly. What are you guys having?
Yeah, what are you guys having? There's a lot of options. If we're gonna get into the specifics of food, what are you guys having?
I think Armani's gonna pull I'm not very hungry, but also like steal a strawberry off of Ivory's plate every once in a while.
Yeah.
Do you want fries? Oh, no, not really. Eats half the fries.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Like 4 strawberries in, they give you a glare, and then ignore it as you continue to eat more strawberries. Judice, what are you having to eat? Oh, hi, Sean. We dox Ewan's dad on stream ASMR.
Sorry, I was talking my dad.
Not literally.
Judice
Not literally for the Twitch police. That's not what just happened. Don't use them.
We did not dox anyone. Nothing happened. We just said a name.
This is a joke.
Don't say it.
There is no D word. We didn't do that.
What is Judice having for breakfast? I think Judice is having some rice porridge. Some rice porridge with like nuts, sugar.
I bet there's some like dead bread here. Like why are you getting the most plain and average of thing?
Judice takes comfort in plain and simple foods. It's what he grew up with. He has a sensitive stomach.
Hey, if he wants to spice it up, he could get like some strips of jerky and shit like that.
You could put like cinnamon.
He's basically having like it has like little bits of like has like some cinnamon, some sugar, maybe some like blueberries, some nuts.
He has fruit. Oh, adventurous.
Ooh, okay.
He's had wild blueberries before. These ones are way bigger than he's had. He's kind of like
throw down like 9 copper pieces for that.
Gotcha.
Mine was 7 silver, and he is.
And I'm having oatmeal.
This is an expensive establishment. 9 copper pieces is a lot for oatmeal.
Yeah. Okay. God, thinks about fantasy buffalo chicken dip. Oh.
Anything else specific that we want to order while we're here, or do we want to move into the conversation?
I'm all right. I am munching on some strawberry. And look over at Armani. We meant to let you know about the plans for the day. I think we're going to go check out that the gateway thing we found with the runes
in the alley.
Yes.
Oh, good, excellent. I was hoping that we would do that.
You would help. What are we filling them in specifically about?
Sorry, dishes being done. The fact that I guess Judice can pitch in if you want. But Bonnie, there were some things that I picked up back when we were in the cave with the researchers of the conduits. And I remember that you mentioned Dark had been defensive about whatever was in that alleyway, and I decided to ask around a bit, and I didn't even really get to an answer for that, because what we learned was confusing, but something that I think you should know. Dark as he exists should not be possible.
What do you mean? Guardian angels are very common with Aasimar. I don't understand.
Oh, no, absolutely. Guardian angels, yes. However, the fact that Dark is fallen is not something that should be able to... Here's the thing. From what I understand, if an Aasimar falls, they lose connection with their angelic guardian, even if they recover from that. But vice versa does not work. If a guardian angel falls, their soul is burned up, quite literally, as they make their way to the hells, and dissolving any and all connections they have on the mortal plane. As I know, and as you know, Dark is fallen and devilish in aura, and yet he's still here, and I don't know what that means, but I thought that you should know, and I think that it might have something to do with the people in that anchor point. Maybe.
With the runes, or with the mark that he has for hunger, just all of it's...
That too. That was also something I was really thinking about.
Just... He seems to know a lot, and if we're going to be poking around in a place that he kind of seems uneasy about us gaining information about, I guess we just wanted you to be on the same page of knowledge.
And if you see something that might be related to that, you
like
know
from your childhood, or it's anything he's mentioned ever, or...
Do you remember when... Sorry.
I was gonna ask Mhairi, like, I assume that the answer is, like, yes, extremely, but, like, am I shocked by this information? Is Armani, like, surprised by this?
I don't know.
Okay, thank you so much.
I don't get to decide what emotions your character feels.
I'm not your fucking character.
Not, like, emotions, but, like, I guess my question more is, like, has Dark dropped any hints like this? Like, are there puzzle pieces kind of connecting, or is it, like, this is completely catching them off guard thing? If that makes sense.
He has never said anything that would suggest that he was not your guardian. That he has always remained your guardian. He's mentioned that... has he mentioned that? I think he may have once or twice mentioned that he went through a lot when he fell, and part of that struggle was being able to stay with you. But he has never elaborated on what that means.
Okay, I think I do remember that, yeah. Okay. Sorry, Ewan, you were gonna say something, and then I cut you off.
I was going to ask, did Doc ever... Do you remember when Doc fell?
Do.
When you were decently young. Or was it recent?
I am also checking my notes on this 1 minute.
I'm looking in me and Mhairi's messages. We talked about this.
We have talked about this. Oh god, when was it?
We are very good at our jobs.
Yeah, we are so good at being a good stream.
I enter conversation. I ask a question that makes the DM and the player in turn panic. I go back to knitting.
So Armani was 13, I think we established.
That's right. Yeah, it was like 13. It was like 13.
And Armani's...
in their 20s now.
Yeah.
Armani's the second oldest.
A few years ago. It was when they were a kid.
Yeah,
so this would have been like about 10 or 11 years ago. That
yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a minute. So they say that. I was a kid when he fell, about 13. It's been nearly a decade.
I mean, you knew him before. Did he change in appearance and
demeanor
drastically? Is it... I mean, is he still him?
Where he was gone?
I mean, his appearance certainly changed. His attitude, not so much. He retained much of the same personality. Like, he didn't act any different. Or drastically, at least.
Was there like a long period of time where he was gone during the process? Because again, from my understanding, when they fall, they are quite literally pulled out of their plane, and from the speed and heat of the hells, their soul literally burns and is rendered to dust, ashes.
He did drop off the map for a little bit.
Okay, about how long would you say? I know we haven't discussed any of this, which I love.
He probably dropped off the map for like... You get the feeling that the time conversion was not 1-to-1. For you, he dropped off the map for like 3 weeks to a month. It seemed like a lot had happened since he had last spoken to you, though.
Okay, cool, sexy.
Would it... I guess we don't know what we don't know, but just...
Did he warn you at all? Like, when it happened? Was there a triggering event? A catalyst of some sort?
Not that I knew of.
He's never talked to you about it.
No, he likes to be vague about a lot of things. He doesn't tell me much, but I know that he always has my best interest in mind, so I don't really question that. He disappeared for a while. And when he came back, he looked completely different. I was scared of him for a while. Ashamed of him for longer.
Yeah.
Fuck, maybe that's why he didn't tell me anything.
I might have to talk to him about that.
I was going to say, if that might be part of it.
Yeah.
So...
Fuck.
And as much as we're not super clear on like what's all this happening with him, he's also welcome to like be around more.
Regardless of if he is or is not technically supposed to exist, that doesn't make him worth any less to us, and certainly shouldn't make him worth any less to you.
Yeah, no, we've talked and hope. I thought that was behind us, but God, I really fucked up, huh?
It happens. All of us shake hands across the table like this.
Everybody who has, in fact, fucked up.
I mean, we just kind of wanted to tell you about that and not, I don't know, make him feel the worst, bad, offended, or protective for something that we don't really care too much about in a bad way. But
it's just good for you to know if we do see something in there.
Yeah, and also, like, again, with the hunger thing, and that was on that tablet we saw forever ago. And
we know that definitely lines up with where hunger is. We know he's in the Tantalian Islands. We know that your family, as well as Dark, has that very strong tie to Caitlin, who, again, you and I both know was instrumental in its creation. It just lines up to me.
No, it makes...
There's too much there to be a coincidence.
Yeah, I just don't know what it all adds up to.
Something for us to find out.
And maybe we'll find out something today. But in the meantime, I believe Io and Dark should be back from their bender.
I push another strawberry towards you.
I gratefully take it. Wait, when did you find this out? Because we're never really separated when we visited the researchers.
Oh, I messaged the lead. Oh my goodness!
I texted them on my phone.
Mithra. I contacted Mithra using the touchstone.
I see.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go around your back, but I knew that if I asked a question like that with your full knowledge and Dark's full knowledge, it could have gone poorly. That's why I wanted to tell you now as soon as I could.
No, I get that. I mainly am just...
It's also, of course, up to your discretion to tell him if you want, of course. But I think we are intending to keep investigating about at least what's in this tunnel or alleyway. And I mean, we're going to learn more about hunger and everything else eventually. So.
I mean, I want to talk to him about it, and I would. I just don't know how much he'd actually tell me.
It's not like he's going to leave or anything. I mean, he's...
It's not like you have any shortage of time to ask.
Yeah. Anyways, eats bite of delicious, overpriced
staring
French toast.
At your French toast and just like, I don't
Would
think
you
Judice
like
has ever
a
seen
bite?
French toast. Is it like normal bread, or is it?
It's sweet.
Is it
Here,
just bread that you poured syrup on? Or?
It's battered with some egg and some milk, and it's fried, and there's a little bit of cinnamon in there, and the whipped cream makes it nice and light. Fruit for flavor.
His
syrup
eyes are slowly
for
just
sweetness. And like as I do this, I'm like cutting you a piece.
My favorite running gag is introducing Judice to foods that should be absolutely baseline, like bananas and things. And you have to walk him through the concept of, no, the banana doesn't have a pit. You can just eat it.
He has had a strawberry, I assume, because wild strawberries do exist.
He's had strawberries.
Yes.
Okay.
No, I've had strawberries, blueberries. I had an apple once. And then I had another one again when we passed through Iron Spot.
Because you had probably a crab apple before.
Yeah, no, it wasn't good. It was small, about this shape. Yeah, no, it was very bitter.
And I hold out the bite of French toast to you.
Kind of stares at it. Mani, have you had French toast?
I have actually. I had it back home actually quite a bit.
Where would you rate it on a scale of crab apple to blueberry muffin?
Ooh, definitely.
Yeah, it's its own thing.
I would say it's a...
I'm rating it on the scale of worst thing I've eaten to best thing I've eaten.
I'd say it's solidly at blueberry muffin, possibly above it.
I will take your word for it, and he eats it.
Roll for deliciousness.
Paint me a mouth picture, Vari.
It tastes like fucking French toast, Ewan.
It's 7 silver French toast. Hold on.
It is warm, and it is sweet, and it's a slightly different texture to what you expected. Like, you expected the bread to have a little bit more, like, crunch to it. But it's definitely more soggy, but not necessarily in a bad way. Also, it's got, like, powdered sugar on it, so you definitely accidentally inhale that.
I am very briefly going to call attention to two things. One, are we just going to skate over Vari paint me a mouth picture? And two, I'd like to draw attention to Frankie's message in the chat. I think I'd rate it a solid French toast.
Yeah.
I do
have a question.
Yes?
Is this still called French toast? do French people exist?
The French don't exist.
This is Tantalian toast. This is
Tantalian toast. Oh, I love good alliteration.
This is
Tantalian toast. Delicious.
Or if we're going by the D&D cookbook rules, cream cheese stuffed bread.
I like Tantalian toast better.
I like Tantalian toast.
Hold on.
Yeah?
So, Mhairi, I normally would DM you this, but I feel like this is funny. What if... So, Armani's father is part of the Auxilium bloodline. What if Armani's mother was part of the family that invented Tantalian toast?
Did your mom invent Tantalian toast?
You know what? I'll give that to you. I'll let you have that. Fuck yeah! You come from a distinguished background. I will give you that.
Paint me a mouth picture. Now here's the thing. Now I'm waiting for the time where Armani goes to a town and they are recognized, not because they're part of the Auxilium bloodline, but because, wait, Armani Auxilium? As in the person who married into the family of the... You mean the Auxilium as in the people...
Are you fucking kidding me?
No. Because they're not going to be impressed by the Auxiliums. They're going to think the Auxiliums married into the Tantalian toast family.
The last name. The fact that neither Io nor Judice know anything about their family, have no kind of family background of any kind, by having the most absurd
excess of family background.
I think that
when Judice asks if they've had French toast or Tantalian toast before, are they going to mention this?
Yeah, can we rewind?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah. Take it back a minute.
Have you had this before?
Actually, my grandmother coined Tantalian toast. She had some stale bread and wanted to serve for breakfast, and so she battered it in egg and spices, and it became a thing.
I'm sorry, what?
I've had original Tantalian toast by the person who invented it.
Is she still alive?
My grandmother? Yes.
So I do have to meet your family and eat her Tantalian toast.
I mean, you say that as if you weren't already going to at some point.
What?
What does that mean?
I mean, I assumed that... Look, I would have invited you to meet my folks if I had any, so we're...
Well, sure, but the grandma is like not as implied. I'm talking
Ewan
specifically
disagree.
for Tantalian toast.
Ewan disagree, but...
You 10 heart everyone in anyone you appreciates his bloodline on purpose. Ivory really wants some Tantalian toast directly from the source.
I will take you to meet my family just so you can have Tantalian toast directly from the source.
Can you make Tantalian toast for us at some point?
I mean, not as well as my grandmother, but I think it comes pretty close.
You're teaching me.
7 silver for it.
I won't charge you 7 silver for it.
I hold out a bite. What do you rate this?
Okay, I take a bite.
Paint me a mouth picture.
Again.
Well,
I want an Armani Gordon Ramsay bland. It's bland. It's gloopy. It's fucking disgrace.
Well, y'all shut up. Ivory is literally ace.
The edges are more crisp in the original. I feel like this is a bit too soggy. Like, it is soft overall, but there's a bit of a crisp on the outside, from the fried edges. Also, this version's a bit too sweet. But it's not bad. Bit overpriced.
So we're speeding up whatever timeline we had of going back to wherever your family lived, yes?
I mean, we were probably going to, again, go there at some point.
Sure.
I mean, whether it was for family or for finding a...
Whenever Dark and Io walk back in later, Ivory is like is like making Armani write down a shopping list of like what we need for Tantalian toast, so that after we go on this adventure, we can get some Tantalian toast supplies and can cook some.
Okay. I'm writing that down in my notes.
That they invented Tantalian toast in the...
Oh, I already got that, but the fact that you're making like a shopping list and shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you want to preemptively bring up how much our Tantalian toast supplies might be.
I mean, how high end are we going?
How much time are we gonna spend making French toast in this town?
No, we're gonna do this later. I'm getting supplies and then bringing them with us.
Maybe next session I'll have this full complete list, but I will make a recipe for Tantalian toast because I have a special way of making my own French toast that I will incorporate into this.
Yes, so, beautiful.
Oh my god.
I will update.
I will give you time to.
Yes, I will probably need a day to do this.
I do.
Endeavor.
I do want to pay attention to our message in chat of how much money do I have to pay to make Ewan react as Judice in character to eating a pack of Fun Dip. I think his brain would melt. Judice is in the school of candy being like maybe nuts that you've rolled in some honey and then roasted on a stick.
Fun Dip would kill him. I can't. I want to give him Fun Dip.
You know that one bit in SpongeBob?
I'm sending a message in the general server.
I think he would go into a sugar coma.
Give Judice Pop Rocks.
Oh god.
Oh, yes.
Oh god.
Oh
Jackson
god.
Heads as well. So I think both of them need to be given to Judice.
Oh Jesus. Yeah, okay. Tweet at me all of the candies that you want to be given to Judice, and maybe at some point I will make this
all of the
list
responses
of
will be at some degree of.
We're gonna make a candy store that he can go to. And
I'm 100% serious. Tweet at Aldrithe D&D the candy that you think that Judice should eat.
And lose his mind over.
And lose his mind over. And I will make a
Judice
candy
has
shop.
eaten is candied pecans.
Yeah, keeping that in mind, tweet at Aldrithe D&D with the obscene things that you would like Judice to experience. So, but yes, if that is the total for y'all's little conversation there, then eventually, you said after about an hour, IO, you would kind of call it quits? Okay, cool. And you return to the tavern. Dark is still kind of chatting your ear off. Like, he is really happy to be out. Even though he's tired. After an hour, he's getting pretty tired. But he is very happy to be chilling. And he's like, by the way, I really love the way you did your makeup today. I know that you, like, do all these different styles and stuff like that.
Oh, hey,
but I have my preferences.
Yeah, I usually do it without a mirror, which I did today. So it turned out fine, which is good. You know.
Yeah, dope. I'm a big fan. Again, I think you need to do my makeup again. I think that would be fun. And this is kind of the conversation that's happening as the two of you kind of like stroll back in the tavern door. He's continued just kind of play with his necklace as he talks, and he looks over and you can see there's a little bit of tension that kind of leaves his shoulders as he sees that Armani is okay and still eating French toast and all of that.
Armani and Ivory making a shopping list. Judice just going to town on his third bowl of rice porridge.
When they do come in, Ivory, like, pushes the last bite of Tantalian toast that they have saved towards Dark and says, rate this.
Rate the toast? Well, I need to
assume
my posture again.
I was informed that you have eaten the original Tantalian toast.
I have.
Likely.
I mean,
paint me a mouth picture, Dark.
I mean, Mani has eaten the original, but...
Okay, then here, do this.
I swear she gave you some. She loved you.
Again, I don't really eat that much, but also that might have been before, and memories get a little bit rocky. But I can try it. See if
Ivory's
it all comes
still insistently pushing the Tantalian toast across the table.
Okay, all right. And he picks it up and just like pops it in his mouth.
Toast.
I mean,
it's very flavory.
It's It's fucking good. I mean, I like sweet shit. I don't have a huge sweet tooth, but I like sweet shit.
I'm going to have Armani make us some more authentic Italian toast at some point, and then you'll try that one.
Okay, so it'll be a point of comparison as well. All right,
yes,
all right, okay. I see what we're doing. I'd say, you know, like 7 out of 10, pretty good. Not the best dessert I've ever had, but pretty good.
Well, 7 silver, so 7 out of 10 sounds about right.
Perfect.
Well, wait, this isn't dessert. This is breakfast.
It is breakfast, yes.
I mean, you can have sweet shit for breakfast.
What's the equivalent of America?
What?
I don't know.
For like, you know, like American General breakfast being like not super healthy.
I guess.
You can use
I think Infraconium would be the equivalent of America in this.
No, Infraconium continental breakfast.
Yeah. So you know, like in Infraconium continental breakfast, you have your spread of like breads and some meats and other things. You also in the corner you'll have like breads with some jam, and then you have some muffins, and you have some donuts, and you have some Italian
Judice,
toast.
Who has never been to a buffet style breakfast, is just,
you know, like the continental breakfast. They have this at many inns.
You baffle me. That sounds fucking fun as hell. Oh god.
Have you not been to a continental breakfast either?
I mean, I don't have much of a reason to be on the anchor plane in Infraconium. For one.
You all need to eat more.
I don't need to eat. Like, I do eat. Like, when I was back in fucking Dice, I would eat and shit, but who cares? I don't need to.
But it's delicious.
Doesn't taste bad down there?
This is besides the point. We're going places.
Down there.
We have things to do.
It's mainly why I don't
finish your porridge, boy.
I was told that the like food tastes like ash, and everything.
Yeah, it's mainly why I don't eat. I mean, unless you're in the Garden of Delights, yeah, everything kind of tastes like shit. It's mainly why
I was always told that as a kid. I don't know if it was actually true. If it
no,
was
everything's shit in the Nine Hells. Don't worry about it. You're right.
All right. Okay. Hey, that's true.
But
all right, he just speed eats the rest of his porridge.
All right,
slurps it up.
It is.
Tilts the bowl.
It's about like 11 a.m.
Yeah.
So what are we thinking? What are we tackling next in our downtime stuff?
Does Dark go away again?
Yeah. After a little while, Dark is like, okay, love y'all. I cannot do this. I'm gonna chill. Not here. I mean here, but like. Yeah, and then he just disappears.
in a full restaurant.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a magical city. I'm sure people do weirder stuff. I was blue for a week.
He honestly doesn't get that many looks for it. It's Moongate.
Yeah.
It's Moongate. All right.
Shall we head out?
I think we're just making our way to the alley then.
Okay. This is me, Silvi's note. Because I did rewatch the VOD, I do know for a fact that the researchers noted that there were 2 of these entrances because they said that they made paths to avoid these spots.
They said they thought there were 2 places that they thought could have an anchor point.
Okay. So they were just avoiding both in precaution. Okay, I understand. But we already know where the one is, so let's go there.
One of the other spots that I thought could have been an anchor point, then I remember that it was the alleyway, was the Visceral Manor, because that has a massive underground cave system. That sounds like where you could have a base of curators.
Yeah. For all we know, that's where the thing leads.
Well, no, that's the Underdark.
Oh, yeah, because that had monsters and stuff in it.
Yeah, that's where you find, like, Demogorgons and shit.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
then,
alleyway.
Are you guys gonna be stealthing around that alleyway, or are you just gonna kind of, like, stroll in?
I think we're strolling until we're in, like, a good distance of it, and then we try to be a little more inconspicuous.
I use my little touchstone and go, should we go invisible?
How many of us can you do that with?
I mean, now I could do for all of us, but it won't last super long. It won't last the same amount of time.
Well, also, remember, we need to...
I also would prefer to not explode here, and the more I cast it, the more likely that is.
Also, you may make me invisible, you don't make me quiet, and
yeah.
Judice jumps up.
I look at him. Was that all super necessary for a stealth mission?
What if I get stabbed?
I get stabbed all the time. I'm fine.
Ivory, again, with all due respect, you're made out of wet, like, restroom paper. So, look, I think...
Outhouse
if you
paper.
three want to... Well, restrooms exist. If you three want to try to find a way in... I mean, I know that Io can't cast that spell while invisible.
What's that?
So, the one you were trying to... about seeing behind a door.
Oh, yes. You can try that first.
Why couldn't I cast it while invisible?
You cannot cast spells while invisible.
Ah, shoot. Okay, cool.
Yeah, you cannot perform spells or attacks.
Yeah.
Until the spell ends with
Are you
a
sure
target that attacks or casts a spell. Yes, no, that's correct.
Yeah. Also, do we want hearing or seeing?
Hearing.
See? No. Maybe?
Yeah. Hear, and if there are people talking, can you cast it again?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Let's
How
do
long
hear.
does it take?
Time 10 minutes, duration 10 minutes. So
Actually, no. Can you cast it so you can see if it actually works? Because if you just do hearing and no one is there and it is silent, we don't know.
True. I'm gonna do seeing. Cool. All right. And I feel like I've been thinking about this for a while. I found that I had this spell and then thought to use it on this door, which is why I remembered it existed. I had previously thought that doing seeing and then attempting to read lips would be OP, and thus I would not do it. But I wanted to run that by you before I made that decision myself.
I mean,
there is a feat that lets you do that.
Yeah, there's a feat that can let you read lips, like, perfectly. It is not a feat that you have.
I have no feats.
Yeah.
Hasn't Io canonically tried to read lips before, though?
You can attempt it.
Yeah.
But the feat that is being mentioned is, like, you guaranteed can read the lips.
Yeah, no,
you
but
can
I can
attempt to read someone's lips.
Or is that... Yeah.
If you, like, used clairvoyance and just sight and saw people talking, you could attempt.
Yeah, okay, cool. So
lips.
If it happens, I will try.
Okay.
Judice will keep watch outside of the alley, just kind of leaning up again, doing his signature lean.
All three of us are just kind of, like, gathered and we're, like, making small talk.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna eventually, like, sit down and I'm gonna just kind of gesture to Judice, specifically to, like, sit down next to me. And then I'm just kind of, as if I'm, like, taking a fucking nap, like, just kind of lean over, and, like, close my eyes to, like, focus on the spell, but it looks like I'm just fucking taking a nap while y'all chat.
Okay.
And at this point, I'm going to cast Clairvoyance on the back of the other side of the door.
Okay, I'm trying to figure something out.
Okay, take your time.
'Cause mainly it's like... Here's the thing, and I'm willing to talk about this because our resident rules lawyer can help me with this. This is not... There is no room behind this wall.
That's what I was afraid of.
That is the curator thing. The place you are looking for is technically on a different plane of existence.
That's what I assumed.
I don't think that despite the fact that you think you know this plane would be behind this door, that you can cast clairvoyance to a different plane. However, it's not specified.
Yeah, I was looking. Is it...
Let me
I've been
look.
staring at this spell description for quite a bit. So yeah, I'm bringing in the rules lawyer on this one. But Does the plane exist in the same physical space as the building? No. Well, let me check. I will check the spell that's anchored to it. Yeah, no, it's not. It's not like the building, but the Bye-bye, thank you for joining us. It's not the, like, it's not like the Feywild, where it's just the plane, but Feywild colored. It is kind of its own demi-plane type deal. Yes, thank you for joining us. So, that's why, because, yeah, if it was like a... I want to say no. I want to say, and especially, I think my dad has a good point, that because you don't necessarily know for sure that is another plane as well, may disqualify it from obvious location.
It is not an obvious location to you.
Yeah. I'm gonna say...
One thing to think on the other side of this wall, it's another thing to think on the other side of this wall through space-time.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you cast it. You get a face full of wool.
Is there anything in the building on the other side of the wall?
Yes, and...
Is it like a house or something?
Yeah, that's a house!
Okay. Perhaps I see in there.
You probably, like, pop into somebody's, like, kitchen. Someone's doing the dishes in there, just, like, whistling.
It looks like they're just saying, ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah.
Eventually, I just kind of stretch. Yeah, nothing.
Well, the other idea is to wait a bit and see if anyone comes through or attempts to pass from this end and see if we can catch a ride. No, I don't think we can hack our way in because it is a magical door and we don't really have the password.
Here's something we can do. If we can't get in, we can make sure no one else does.
Do you want to destroy it? I don't really think that angering people that's literally helped to...
No, and I don't think that should be our goal, but that is something we can do, should the time and situation call for it. This is the thing.
I use the touchstone for this. Should we really anger people that's literally helped contain the conduits? That's very powerful people.
I'm not saying we should. I'm just saying the more moving parts something with runes has, the more things can break. By that I mean it's very easy to just scuff a rune and you're done. Just a thought, but we don't have to. Let's stake out for a bit.
Yeah. Do we want to, like...
Because I look the most conspicuous.
So yeah, define stakeout.
What if we kind of take some shifts and... What's like in this area? And I do mean in this street within sightline of...
In the street,
the entrance to the alleyway.
Of the entrance. The entrance is a good bit down the alleyway, and you get the feeling that that's kind of deliberate, because it means it's very hard to see from the street unless you're, like, right outside it.
I think...
There's, like, dumpsters and shit in the fantasy dumpsters and stuff in the...
How about this? One of us can take a static point. Just one place, hard to see them in there. Maybe one of those disposal bins, and just stake out in there. Someone else keeps watch from inside of the alley, maybe obscured by invisibility or something. I can be out on the street, so if somebody leaves, I can stop them, perhaps. And... I mean, someone else. We can either have two people in the alley or two people in the static point.
How
be like helping
how tall is the buildings on either side of the alleyway?
Probably the one that the anchor point is like on is like 1 story. The one on the other side is probably 2 stories.
I would like to use my boots and fly up to that roof.
Okay, so you're gonna.
And I'm gonna chill up there.
On the the
That's
first story
cool.
roof?
Yeah, I'm gonna lay down flat on it, and just kind of like poke my head over at most.
Okay. Sure, you're doing that.
Also making sure that I don't want to be super like I'm on your roof person whose house this is who are doing dishes underneath me. So I'm being quite quiet about it, but yeah.
If someone wants to be in those disposal bins, that can be someone's point.
Someone's hiding in the trash cans.
I mean, it's a place that you can hide.
Being allowed to hide in the trash can, I would just start going.
It seems like you have interest.
Yeah.
Trash boy.
Take the possum and go.
I pop in the trash, and then you see my hands come up, and then you see.
Oh, lovely.
Just like double Oscar the Grouching it.
Okay, so we have where Io is, where Ivory is, Armani and Judice.
I know I look a bit conspicuous, and I'm not the best at being quiet. You are far better at being quiet, so if you wanted to hide in the alley itself, you could try that. I was going to ask around to see if there were any, people unloading bales of hay or bags of grain in the street, and I could, look just like someone doing some freelance work, and if something happens in the alley, I could drop everything and go towards it. I don't know.
That would be good.
Do some good things while I'm out here.
And also, if one of us gets caught, then we have someone on the outside who's not in the alleyway. That'd be a good idea.
Exactly.
Is there another place to hide in this alleyway that isn't a trash can?
Armani would never.
Armani would never.
You wear white.
I wear white. I would never go willingly into a trash can.
You could grab, a fantasy tarp and pray. You don't really know what's on the underside of it.
You can put a blanket over your head and just no, you can't see who I am. Just kind of cover it like that.
Kind of Thor Ragnarok it.
Thor Ragnarok it. Yeah.
But okay, so
or just full lack of
object
object permanence. If I can't see you, you can't see me.
Right. If I stay still enough.
If you put this lampshade on your head.
Exactly.
As you're situating, Ivory from the top, kind of like it's I can still see you, and then points you to a more hidden spot.
That more hidden spot would probably be behind a trash can.
I can do it behind a trash can. I'll do that. I'll
in some shadows and.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna go into the shadow?
And they put a little tarp over their head, and so they're kind of peeking out over the trash can lid from behind it.
Are you actively seeking out to stand in the darkness?
Yes, and
I like that.
that question.
Okay. 'Tis the season, but so.
Oh God, what the fuck
what
are you
does
gonna
that mean?
do to us from?
I guess you're. I mean, you're not quite.
I did not put my birthday in.
Easy for you, Gemini.
Has anyone indicated that we shouldn't walk in the shadows? Is this the silence in the library Doctor Who mode? What are we doing?
You haven't asked anyone about this or anything like that, no.
I feel like it would be common knowledge in the city to tell people, oh yeah, don't step in the shadows, because they'll eat you, or something.
Maybe Vari's just playing games with us because I know how much they like
Could
to do
also
them.
be a thing.
No, there's a reason I'm asking it, but it's fine.
I hate this.
So... Armani in the shadows, partially underneath the tarp. Ivory on the roof.
Ooh.
Yes?
Sorry. Can Judice also be... sorry, not Judice. Can Fida be in the dark of the alley, just laying down on the ground, looking just like a black mass?
Is she gonna fit here? How big is this alleyway?
The short answer is yes. The long answer is she's still a giant fucking dog.
There are flying cats in this town.
I'm gonna say you won't want her to. I think
Okay.
I'm saying you certainly can, and if Fida would also actively seek out a shadow, then that's down to her, but...
I don't think so, because, again, this is a small alley. But Judice is going to be out in the street looking... Are there any people, seemingly unloading bags of, grain or things
Not directly in front of the alleyway.
anywhere on that street that I can still see the alleyway from?
You, again, very limited vision there. You
Not into
really
the alleyway, just the entrance of it.
Just like this. Can I see the street that the alleyway
you
is
have
on?
to be like in the entrance of the alleyway to see where that door is. Like you can't go down the street and still see to that where that door is. It is very deliberately at the like far fucking end of the alleyway.
Okay.
Alleyway physics, love it.
Okay. Shit.
You could just like do laps. Like you just walk by every once in a while.
That is true. I could just go on. I could walk my dog.
You could go walk your dog.
Also, I don't know if y'all noticed the fact that Judice just cursed and then apologized in the presence of no one. But I think Judice will like kind of reach out to Fida and summon a little leash and just. How would we just go for a walk like a normal dog?
Walk? Walkies?
You wanna go for a walk?
Hoof, hoof, hoof.
You wanna go?
Hoof.
You wanna go for a walk?
Hoof, hoof.
Let's go for a walk.
Loud thumping of the tail there. Okay, so you're
Thank you for that.
Just gonna do laps around this street.
Okay, couple laps around the street. Alright, then Judice needs to make a perception check, and everyone else needs to make a stealth check.
Can Fida also make a perception check?
Yes.
Or is Fida too busy being
Though
walkies?
I will say at disadvantage, because Fida is having such a great time with her walkies.
Great. Judice rolls
Jesus
a
fucking
15.
Christ.
And
I also
Fida
got a
rolls
15. I forgot I have +6 to stealth.
Fida also rolled a 15 and a 10, so 11 for Fida, 15 for Judice.
I rolled a 10.
Okay.
I got an 18.
On your trash stealth, are you clanking around looking
And
at the
Ivory,
trash?
what was Ivory again?
15 as well.
15. So 18, 15, 10? Yes?
Yes.
Cool.
Also, very briefly for the folks in chat, this is called like a rainbow twirler. I got it at a store.
And,
sorry.
Judice and Fida, what were those numbers again?
15 for Judice, 11 for Fida.
Okay. So...
I very badly want to grab a pastry. It is in my room and 2 feet away. I just need to take off my headphones
grab it.
for
You're
it.
Okay. Go grab your pastry. I was writing down my things, and as I realized that Io and 10 look the exact same in my handwriting. But so it just looks like I've written Io or 10 on my paper here.
Io.
Io. How long are you going to wait in the alleyway?
I mean, I have nothing else to do today.
So you're willing
Judice
to
is
wait
getting
the whole
some
day?
cardio in.
Yeah?
Yeah.
As long as I'm willing to stay in that proximity to a trash can.
How long are you willing to stay in that proximity to a trash can?
Well, I'm gonna roll to see, actually.
Okay.
If I get a 20, that means forever. If I get a 1, that means, like, 10 minutes. Drop my dice. 16. So...
A few hours, I'd say, at least.
A few hours, but eventually they're like, I need to shower now or I will fucking die.
So, how long is the game? I know Io doesn't really have many gripes with staying in the trash can.
Ivory's just sunning themselves. They're fine.
So how
I got
long...
fur, I won't burn.
How long... You should worry more about the cold. How long are we going to sit here then? Since Armani can sit here for several hours, and the other two will stay here all day. When are you
I'd
going
say
to call
several
it?
hours or until we see someone.
Can you give me a time of day on when that several hours would be? It is currently about
Sunset.
11:30 a.m.
Sunset?
Sure.
Actually, sunset's pretty early because it's winter. Say
2
6
hours
p.m.
after sunset?
2 hours after sunset would be probably about 7 p.m.
I'll do that.
Okay.
Ivory is also willing to stay longer if you guys want to leave.
But then how would you get in contact with us?
I wouldn't. I don't have a way to.
The only person who can get in contact with the party over distance
If
is
Aya wants to stay longer,
Io.
I can message them when I go in and they can message you guys. That's the only other option I got.
That's true. I think we stay till 7, and if we see something, we see something, and if we don't,
we see something, and if we don't, we don't.
Okay.
We recalibrate then.
So, you wait there, and I'm actually going to change my music real quick, just because I don't... There we go. You wait. For a fucking while. Like, Armani especially, it gets to about 4 p.m. and you're just sitting here like, when are we leaving? When are we going? I'm not seeing anything. This is not... Like, you guys sit there for a while. Ivory, you nearly fall asleep kind of sunning yourself. Like, you got a great sunny spot up there, and it helps kind of shield from the cold, and, like, you're doing pretty great.
Are they rolling over to, like, expose their belly to the sun, like, have to, like, doing the big stretch?
They're doing the half turn that cats do, where, like, their back half is, like, turned upwards, and then their front half is just, like, down so that they can look over the edge.
Yeah. Io, you're having a decent time. I feel like the possum is in their element as well. And so it's a little party in there. The possum gets very excited very easily, and occasionally you have to be like, shh, shh, thank you for the follow, because the possum will find like a fun piece of garbage and start like batting at it like a cat, and you'll be like, shh, 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 shh.
The possum loved the garbage.
That makes sense.
What?
Yeah?
Yeah?
The possum loves the garbage.
Yes.
So you said it.
But at about
The possum loved the garbage.
5:30 or so, someone enters the alleyway. They look quite formal, wearing kind of like a button down. They have long, like, straight blonde hair, and look very Legolas, very of elvish descent Legolas kind of look going on. And they enter the alleyway, kind of looking behind them, adjusting a little cloak that they're wearing, and duck in and head towards the Are
they all wearing the same clothes at all that the person I saw before?
Nope.
Was wearing? I assume so.
And
Change lanes.
Yeah. And they kind of look around as they approach and even look up, and you kind of back from the ledge, and they kind of look down again. And they start rumbling through their bag, and unfortunately, it is at this moment that the possum finds another piece of garbage.
No.
And starts acting up. And the person kind of...
Can I use this moment as a distraction, actually?
Throw the possum out of the dumpster.
I mean, he's currently distracted looking at the dumpster.
I would like to polymorph into a...
fall out of the dumpster and keep batting at the trash.
Sure.
As that happens and they're distracted, I would like to cast polymorph on myself. God.
Can you make my d20 roll while you do that?
Yeah. Oh boy. 5, we're fine. I was like, if I explode right now, I'm gonna be so mad.
What is the number that it has to hit?
3.
3. Or
Okay.
below.
Wild magic sorcerers only have to make it to 1 typically, but Ivory specifically has a 3 or lower.
I did in fact make some deals with the Fae.
You made choices. And as
I
Vari
did
like
make choices.
consequences.
So,
I don't think there's a specific stat block for it or anything.
just a tiny,
But I
you've
would
got
like to
1
become-
hit point and like negatives in most everything, I'll tell you that. If you're just like a bug.
I know. But basically what will happen is if I get put to 0 in that form, I'll just become me again, so.
Yeah.
Shrug. I would like to become a bug and try to land. You said they're wearing like a little cloak, something. Yeah. I like here.
Io, can you briefly make a deception check for the possum to pretend that it is a normal possum? That's just going to be a straight d20 roll because I'm feeling generous about the possum's charisma.
I sent a fly stat block to you.
What?
13 deception for the possum.
Okay. The possum comes out.
As I cast polymorph, I'm also like texting the two in the alleyway with me. Like, I'm going on the little stone, and then I hop in.
Io, you open the top of the trash can just a little bit, and the possum kind of like, go. And the possum hops out and kind of looks at the person standing there and then starts batting at it while looking at the person. And the person kind of... and actually walks towards the possum. Is the possum a celestial or a fae? Which one?
Celestial.
Celestial. Kind of walks over and actually leans down in front of the possum. Does possum do anything?
Hiss.
Probably hisses a little bit.
Yeah.
The person goes, well, that's very rude. Is your owner just as rude as you are? Where is your friend? Yes?
Judice is probably on lap like 80 or something of this block. Is he passing by to see this?
Do you want to be?
I think I might be rounding the corner.
Okay. He's not actively trying to hide it, so I think your perception check of 15 would, once you walked by, if you looked in, you could see it. You could see this figure kneeling, kind of, not quite kneeling, but kind of like squatting down, with... Is your owner here?
Its ears go back.
I suppose my main flaw is that I didn't learn how to speak possum before I learned about familiars. You certainly seem to have integrated with this form. I'm impressed. But, I don't know. Is your owner looking through your eyes right now? Would you tell me?
The possum The possum kind of glances around as if to be like, how the flick, sort of. Because no, Io isn't. The possum is just vibing. But I don't know if the possum really knows how to indicate that.
So if your owner isn't here, isn't looking through your eyes, and you don't seem to like me asking if your owner is here, then
Ewan is doing a thing. I think.
Ewan, what you doing, bud?
Would you like to be nice and tell me who your friend is? Or at least where they are? Because I don't appreciate being followed.
Judice, are you going to do something? Because if not,
Judice is going to wait, and if things get bad, he is going to do his favorite class ability.
Oh god.
But we'll see if it comes to that.
I was gonna slowly stand up out of the dumpster looking as young and as embarrassed as he can manage. Going full stupid teenager mode.
You're only 21.
I'm 20. Do that. But I'm 5'5" and I'm skinny. I'm tiny. Just a little guy. I just kind of shake the trash off my head. Hey.
Hi.
That's my possum.
What are you doing in a trash can?
People
crashing around.
Vibing.
Feeling out what possum life is like.
I seemed kind of fun, but he got in there and I thought it'd be fun to get in the
trash can.
Can you make a deception check real quick?
That was falling off the fucking page. I need to actually set up a place where I can roll things and not have them hit stuff every 5 seconds. Third time's the goddamn charm.
I recommend a box that you can roll.
I have a box. I just wasn't using it. I have been rolling absolute shit today. I have been rolling ass and balls.
Wait, hold on. Do I have a?
I have a great plan if this doesn't go well.
Okay, cool. I rolled a 9. So.
Was that a saving throw or ability check?
It was an
or is that just
check. It was a deception check.
What did you roll, bud?
9.
This probably wouldn't help too much. I could do bend luck, but it would only add 1d4.
Yeah, it wouldn't.
Also, you can't cast spells right now.
True.
Yep, because you're a fly.
I am a bug.
Unless you would like to be a tabaxi on this person's shoulder, you cannot cast spells right now.
I do not think I want that. I would like to keep up this in case that it works.
Well, I suppose sometimes kids end up in trash cans for a variety of reasons. And I would love to believe you. I would.
Are you gonna?
No.
Shit.
Yeah.
Can Judice see Io looking openly like defeated?
Maybe. It looks very much like an act right now. But
yeah.
Here. And he kind of waves their hand a little bit and just, I don't want to fight. I would love to be friends, actually. Or at least to have a conversation. And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Is he trying to truth on me?
Can Judice start making his way over?
I am.
He's kind of stalker. Sure. He's kind of speed mom walking over.
Okay.
Is there?
Io still makes to make a wisdom saving throw.
Is there a way I can slap bless on myself before I do this, or is it too?
I will say,
yes?
because Judice is walking over, can Io get my charisma bonus to that saving throw?
Sure.
Because of Aura of Protection. Add 2.
Okay, what was a wisdom saving throw?
Yep.
Wisdom save plus 2 on top of your wisdom and proficiency bonus.
It's gonna be a 12.
Wait, so wisdom plus your proficiency plus 2?
Yep. I rolled a 5.
Oh.
That is a fail.
Yes.
Yep. Yes, it is.
You are now charmed. You now regard this figure as a close friend, and honestly, there's no reason that you should have to hide things from them. And they go,
I actually have an argument for that.
No, a close friend genuinely, not the IO definition of close friend.
Yeah.
I was gonna
That's
say,
not how being charmed works.
That's as close friends.
That's not how being charmed works.
Random ass man in an alleyway.
Well, why don't you tell me why you were hiding in the trash can and watching me then?
At that point, does Judice arrive? Because he was 10 feet away when Io made the save.
Do it, yeah. Io,
he finishes speed walking over. He's holding Fita's leash in one hand. You smell like garbage. Were you in the dumpsters again? Goodness, forgive me. This is my little brother.
Judice, make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw?
Yes, make a wisdom saving throw.
I want to do it on you too. We have a question about a ring. Your ring, Io?
Oh shit! I'm in
Are you immune to being charmed?
I kiss you.
I'm immune to being charmed.
Yes, you are. Judice, you still need to make a wisdom saving throw.
I can do that.
Neda, I kiss you.
Dirty 20, 16 plus 4.
Yeah, you saw the person slip something up their sleeve, and did it like immediately kind of like tried to throw a somatic component at you, and then just.
Nice try, though.
I'm sorry. Was there some sort of issue here?
Yes, I know that you're lying. I've already caught your friend in this. We don't need to pretend. How many of your friends are here?
It's just us.
Make a deception check.
Can I give advantage on that with the whole, oh, my brother?
Sure.
All right, one roll was a 15 and one was a 14, so that'll be good. I still have to add deception to that, so that's 17.
17. Okay. Then why are you here? Why are you watching me?
I'm so tempted to spill the beans. I'm so tempted to just like, curator! No,
The person kind of cracks their neck and then just kind of gently swats at a bug that they found on their cloak.
Make a dexterity saving throw, Ivory.
It's not enough to do damage,
Dodge
but you
the
do
giant
get
hand.
hit by this.
God,
I have like a million eyes. They can see it coming.
I look at Judice defeatedly. Because it seems like you have some kind of plan for why we're here.
No, I had a plan to get you out of here. I didn't have a plan to justify why we were here. My plan went as far as my brother. And it's a very Judice plan.
Yeah.
You could just be like, we're not going to tell you, but we will leave you alone. Bye.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. Weird shit happens in alleys. I wanted to see what would be here.
Especially alleys with weird rune doorways.
I don't know
anything about that.
Were you the ones that were following me last time I was here?
I don't.
No, actually, because that was me.
That was just Ivory.
I was legitimately confused at that one. Like, nope.
No, actually, you may have gotten the wrong culprits on that one.
Good, so there's multiple people following me.
When you have a suspicious rune door, you're gonna get some like random people who want to know what it is.
Most random people don't notice it.
Can we know what the rune door is?
No.
Oh, please.
It's none of your business.
Okay. If we promise to go nicely, will you let us off easy?
Depends on your definition of go nicely.
Like literally just leave and not come bother you again?
Sure, if you leave this alleyway alone.
Yeah. We'll go.
I didn't promise anything.
Neither did I.
Yeah.
Are you willing to swear on it?
Yeah. What do you want me to swear on?
You know what? Never mind. Then go.
Insight check. What? Insight.
Yeah.
I would also like to make
you can
that.
Insight check. You can insight check that.
I insight check as a fly.
I need to replace this.
Yes, you can.
12.
Hard to read.
I rolled I rolled a 4, and if I add my insight.
18. There was something that happened in the person's brain there. You're not sure what.
Yeah, it was a 9.
Hard to read.
Something that happened in the person's brain?
There was a something significant that happened there, but you're not sure exactly what happened there.
Okay.
And the person seems a little bit more smug.
Do we want to piss off the curators?
No, we don't. We really don't.
We absolutely do not.
We absolutely don't. I don't know how to progress this without just being curator.
I mean, you could just do that.
I think letting...
There's a reason people don't know about the curators. And that's probably because the people who know about the curators are dead.
Like, if they get off, they're gonna get super fucked up. I always hear because it's easiest.
Can Judice really quickly put both of his hands in his pockets, kind of like a casual thing.
Sure.
And he's going to tap his touchstone. Talk to Io. We could play we really hate conduits and heard from the right people that you would be able to help us with that. Say a very close friend of ours got affected by a conduit, and we wanted to find a way to make sure no one else ever experiences that.
I respond back, we're already playing dumb. That's gonna fuck us over.
That can be... Well, we're not lying.
Ivory's already on his shoulder.
That's true.
Let's get out while we still can.
All right. Well, I think we should just leave you to the rest of your evening.
I just kind of shrug and put my hands up. Then I let the possum, crawl up my body as I walk away.
Offer
like a little squirrel.
Space a bit, and we let you off for trying to cast spells on us.
Well, a lot of people do that in this town. You wouldn't really be able to get away with that kind of argument, but sure, whatever, you can try and threaten me. You can go now.
All right.
Why is it already going?
Yeah, and Judice turns around.
Not
heads back. Fida lingers a bit before the leash pulls her away. She's kind of like...
Armani, are you still in the alleyway hiding?
Now that I realize that they're going, now the resolve has strengthened, and I'm gonna stay in this fucking alleyway. So yes, they are.
Okay. So, the person kind of watches the two of them leave, and then makes their way back to the door. And they kind of continue reaching down into their bag, and pause.
Fuck.
Buzz in his ear. Buzz in his ear.
I'm not gonna buzz in his ear.
He's gonna swat them away.
He'll slap you, and then you turn into a whole ass person.
And they just... And they put something back in their bag, and then they walk out of the alleyway.
Fuck!
I want to see who this person lives. I'm gonna stay on his shoulder for a whole hour.
For a whole hour?
Yeah, I last for an hour.
Okay. He walks across town. I need to choose where he's gonna go. Yeah.
Where do you live, fool?
They walk about halfway across town and then stop again. And they just...
They can sense me, I know it.
My fly sense is tingling.
And they duck into another alleyway. Their appearance completely changes. They are now kind of look like a half genasi, with kind of long black hair. Looks like maybe an earth genasi. And they duck out of the alleyway. And she makes her way all the way to an inn. The Hungry Dandelion Tavern, which is not where you're staying currently, but a different one in town.
Okay.
And they and make their way up to the desk, and they buy a room.
Great. Before they go into their room, I would like to exit their shoulder.
Fair enough.
Go to, I guess is there a bathroom in this establishment that is...
Sure, you can go to a hallway bathroom.
Yeah, I'll go to a hallway bathroom and turn back into me, and then walk out. Assuming I stayed while they booked their room, I would like to go to the room they have booked.
Okay. You just okay.
Bold of you.
It's the
Do you guys
IRS.
think I should knock on their door?
We're coming to talk about your car's extended
You sure
warranty.
are doing things without the rest of the party. I mean, unless Mani followed, but
Doubtful.
I don't think they
this
did.
person has been long gone, and Armani, you probably didn't know that Ivory
The
left,
shape
so you're probably
change thing,
still
too.
in this fucking alley.
I think when I think Armani does it, they stay there for like maybe like 20 more minutes. And like, fuck, they're gone. Whatever. I can't see her anymore. And they kind of throw the tarp off, and they're like, Ivory, come on. Ivory? And they're like, oh shit. Ivory's not
Flies in the trash can.
So they look around the alley for a second, and they're like, shit, fuck. So they go to catch up with Ivory and Judice. They have no clue. No, sorry, Io and Judice. They have no clue where Ivory is.
Yeah. So, do you knock on the door, Ivory?
Bessie's, how do we feel?
Write a note and slide it under and just like mark it. We know handprint.
I can't write.
Oh no!
Can't write paw print.
I personally think that it would. This person is, I think, a lot more powerful than we were counting on, and I think the people that are a lot more powerful than we were counting on. And I think they could fuck us up really bad, and getting more attention than we need right now when we are trying to smuggle the princess out is dumb.
Here's the thing.
Also, we do know
you're
that
not there.
Yeah.
This is an
We
Ivory
do know
specific
that the curators
decision.
work with the royalty. That makes sense. Sorry.
You're not there. Ivory, what do you do?
Actually, no. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go to the front desk.
Okay. You're at the front desk.
Excuse me. That's Janasi that just came in. A friend that's. I was meant to meet them, but something came up and I have to go. Could you give them a message for me?
Sure. What's the name?
What's your Johnson name?
Shit, I need a new one
Because Judice went with Gio, so
No, I
you
know.
gotta.
Let's do Knight. Let's do Knight for now.
Nice.
Steal another sibling name.
Okay, what's your message? You have to take some piece of paper.
Acting kind of sus. Not going to lie.
No. This is me, Silvi, struggling.
Ivory blue screen.
Yeah, the person's just kind of looking at you.
How about, just tell them that, when they were at that party at the alleyway, that they left a bit of a mess, and they should be a little more careful and clean up next time. I'd tell them in person, but they need to go take care of it, so.
Cool. Can you roll on a D100 for me?
What?
What the fuck?
Did you notice something in chat?
Sure.
Oh
I'm
no!
gonna kill you.
Who?
Cass again.
72. Huh?
Cass again.
Cass 72.
Okay. 1 minute.
Oh no.
Sorry, I wasn't prepared for that.
I hate you so much.
Cass really just comes in
Slash
here, causes
loving.
a wild magic surge, and then leaves.
Oh, you're very lucky.
Yeah? What do I get?
You just gained resistance to all damage for the next minute.
Oh, hell yeah!
Go fight them! Go fight them! Go fight them!
No.
So it wasn't something that affected other people.
I like these odds.
a minute is probably longer than we're gonna talk, so I'm not gonna risk that.
Don't talk, just fight.
No, they'll be like, what the fuck, man? I pass them 2 copper as a tip.
No, thanks. Yeah, next time they come down, I'll hand it to them.
Awesome. Thank
Night,
you very
you
much.
said?
And yes.
Good to meet you, Night.
Good night.
You as well. Good night, Night.
Night? Yes. See you later.
And you leave.
And I stroll out. Yes.
Okay. You leave. Go and rejoin.
This is my way of being like, watch your fucking back, man.
Yeah. Real bold words from the thief. But
the thief.
Stole from them, they better fucking watch out.
This is an impression that you'd like to make on the curators.
You're on a watch list.
So, the thief drops off their note, and returns to the rest of the party, and you all gather at, I suppose, was probably a
probably just the inn again.
Probably just the pre-agreed upon.
Because I don't think we agreed on anything. We probably.
I think that just means just go home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
when
all
in doubt,
return to your inn.
You're in.
You're in. YOURINN. And you know what?
Yeah?
I guess that's the note that we can end today's session on.
God.
Man,
I'm so
I do a
glad
word
that we
picture.
ended our session on a P joke.
I'll take your word picture. I'm so sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. We're fine.
Give me a word picture.
Nope.
Your
You
beautiful
made a
word
piss
picture.
joke. You've lost your
Pretty
rights.
please.
Nope.
I deserve that.
Nope. But yes, and with you guys returning to the inn, so you can, it's not gonna work, with you guys returning to the inn, so you, so you can regroup and decide if there's anything you want to do in the night before heading back to Aber. That is where we will lay off tonight's session. That's as good as a word picture you're gonna get with the piss jokes.
I'm so sorry.
But yes, so that is tonight's session. Thank you guys so much for coming. It has been an eventful one, and I know we didn't even get everything done that we wanted to. But
we sure did fuck
sorry that
around
my
this
dream
one.
trauma sequence took so long.
No, it's fine. I love doing long dreams. It's fun.
It was terrifying.
I
So
know.
much longer than my previous
I have
ones.
like 7 art pieces planned.
Good.
This is
Good.
unrelated to Aldrithe, but speaking of art, I am drawing a good friend with a cowboy hat. Angela,
Friend
if you're still
shaped.
here you are.
Awesome. Well, on that note, again, we're going to do a second binder check, as we typically do. Remember, if you didn't take your binder off already, and it's starting to hurt, remember that you totally can, and you should. Please take care of yourself. Get some good water to hydrate with, get some good stretches. We are going to be on next week, as usual, filming live at 7:30 p.m. U.S. Central Time, next Sunday. Please tweet it. I'm serious. Tweet at me on Twitter at AldritheD, and candy that you would like me to throw at Judice, and I will adapt it all to fantasy. I will do it.
Also, for art, go there.
Yes, for art, go there as well.
Yes. I have a
but-
quick thing.
Yes?
It's just that next week you'll be seeing one less camera than usual because Floyd and I will be in the same place.
Way! That's awesome. And that is so exciting for you guys, though I will be talking to you guys about camera logistics.
You know.
So that might not actually be there, but great that you guys will be in the same place. But still, we have one more.
I
thing
had to
left.
stay in my own place,
Yeah, you
even
still
when
got
I
banished to the
thought.
game room when you were here,
Yeah.
so. But partially that's because you can't see my notes. But
That's true.
I have a raid lined up.
I was about to
Like?
say,
Yes. Who are we reading?
we need to rate somebody before we do.
1-800.
I
who
see
we waiting?
the Bard's Playhouse is having a charity stream right now.
Ooh, okay. What are they up to?
They're doing D&D.
Nice,
And
okay.
they are looking like they're doing something underwater.
Ooh, funky.
Which is a little fun. They look like they're doing some combat, but
Let's go check them out.
Combat, you say?
Yes, combat, my dear.
Let's go check them
So
out.
if you will join us all there, spread the love.
Yes.
Maybe send in some donations to them as well.
Absolutely. Again, thank y'all so much for your generosity this session.
Yeah, y'all
it is
were wild
absolutely
insane.
insane.
Thank you so much.
And for any of the raiders who are still here, thank you so much for sticking around.
Yes. We still
we hope to see you again.
Yeah, we still have 15 viewers sticking around, which is like really awesome in comparison to our usual numbers. And so like yay.
Also, I will say, next session will basically be the closest thing to my birthday, as my birthday is in 8 days. So, oh boy, we'll see that next session.
Yes, wonderful. But yes, so we want to hop on that raid. We want to get going. It has been so great to see you guys today. I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you for sticking around. Let's go spread the love. If you haven't been told today, I love you so much. I'm so glad you're here, and you make my life better by existing. I am so excited to see you guys next week. Bye-bye!